I got two pictures. No.
Welcome to the Evolver Post Review with the Invisible Man and Woman, Terrell and CJ, all for real love. Hear these thoughts, EOD, wrestling hub, and Coach FC, HW.
Oh, may the sun shine and the moon fall, but horror books is where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WWE Evolve Post Review episode 61. We've been doing this for 61 episodes. Like it or not, Fightful, we're better than you. I'm joined today. Thank you. I'm joined today by a lovely host, but first, always being respectful, we have a special guest from Shauna Does Horror Books. Shauna, can you introduce yourself to everyone across the world?
Yeah, name's Shauna Reads Horror on the Instagrams. I wrestling fan, consider myself an Alexa Bliss super fan, but I've been trying to bring Evolve content to social media a little bit more. So yeah, a little bit about me. You know, we'll be hitting up SummerSlam soon. Just recently got to go to the ID showcase here in Worcester, which was a lot of fun, and interview some of the wrestlers there. So hopefully get to do that again soon. Happy to be here. Super excited and kind of nervous at the same time.
Oh, don't be. Like that in the first 5 episodes. Then he got really into it. Then we have to clip him every episode. Speaking of, Coach FHW, how are you, sir?
It's going horrible actually, because Hughie's thoughts stole my girl, so it's not a very good day for me.
See, both of ours, we just keep it at my house for the weekends.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Keep on the weekends.
No, I'm just playing. Shauna, I'm playing.
Now,
Okay, but
Ruby thoughts? How are you?
I'm doing okay. School year's wrapping up. This week is getting crazy, but you know, I'm here.
Shout out to Sloan Urinals, forever clip, forever. That clip. Sorry, guys. And Terrell, take it away.
What up, y'all? My name is Terrell, and this is my wife, the beautiful werewolf.
Hello, it's CJ Wolfie. How y'all doing?
And together we are For Real Love.
Real love.
And this is the WWE Evolve Post Review episode 91. Oh yeah, man. We are joined by
51.
Oh yeah, man. We well, first of all, let's talk to Mr. Invisible. How are you? Alex, what's going on with you?
Doing good. Enjoying episode 61. The Invisible Woman will be wafting in and out.
Okay, cool. Yes, our show was gonna ask about Miss Invisible. Hope everything is doing well with her. Coach, man, we got the 4-time Guna Award winner, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You didn't have to bring that up, but thank you.
Yeah, man. See, a lot of people don't understand that you are the reason why we be getting those female locker room shots. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta have the group on deck for all of that. And hear these thoughts. And the only way you hear his thoughts is if he speak to you about his thoughts. And I will say this while we're live, hear these thoughts. Anything that you have to set your mind to, do it. Okay? Do it. Whatever ideas you have that's keeping you up at night, sometimes you just gotta execute. And last, but certainly not least, the wise man EOD, he will be here. Okay, he is lurking around somewhere, but he will be here. And we also have a special guest, Shauna, and she also reads horror. So, with that being said, don't get on her bad side, because she might come up in your crib and blow your spot up.
And let me tell you,
Oh,
there are quite a few wrestling horror books out there. So if you're looking for the combination of wrestling and horror, they're out there. Trust
I didn't
me.
know that
oh,
existed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
If you can read it, it exists. Shout out to Dose Evil Jeff Lipman's in the comments. Jeff, I'll talk to you later. I think Shauna should be on the Wrestling Soup and Friendos Network just talking about horror books. Honestly, that's another notch. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, EOD will be here momentarily because again, he's doing his own thing. He just had to review, like live review a baseball game. So he's having fun with that. Now let's start the show off. By the way, before we start, we always talk about what happened on Evolve, but we're not gonna get to Evolve yet. We're gonna talk about LFG season 3, episode 3 and 4, and we're gonna combine both of them together. Probably talk about it for 30 minutes. Have some fun. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's turn to God, the season org, explain the whole Bible. God bless. Okay. Anyway. Jeff is probably doing it. Love you, Jeff. She makes the stills. I'll publish it. I like that. She makes it. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Sean. I'll send you a Discord with him. He's the moderator for the Wrestling Soup, officially Wrestling Soup Discord. So if he gets you in there, you'll have some fun. Now, let's talk about LFG episode 3 and 4. We focus on Trill London. We focus on Nikita and Bailey Humphreys and above all else. But let's talk about Trill London first. Trill London got fired. Now we found out because of LFG is because he gets hurt more times than he wrestles and he gasses out a lot more faster. Mind you, we have all said this on the show. He was beyond Jeff Hardy. He was the future of what we could be high flyers. And there's been high flyers in AEW for a while, but this guy had it. And in Evolve, they gave him the Kendrick promo. Black and white, all badass and everything, and they just nothing.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Let's start with Shauna. What are your thoughts on Trill London and LFG? If you actually do watch LFG, season 3. Yeah.
Do not have, that is the one thing I don't have is LFG. So I'm always watching the recaps. Unfortunately, I'm trying to figure out how to get it, but they don't offer it to YouTube TV. So I'm trying to figure out another way to watch it, and it's driving me crazy that I can't watch it, especially with the mentors this season.
I will send you a link later. Don't worry about that. Let's go down the board. All right, Terrell, what are your thoughts on Trill London and the fact that they let him go, like the next coming of the high flyer? Your thoughts? Oh, speaking of the next coming of the man, the myth, EOD.
Hey.
My bad. The game just
Hey.
We just started.
everybody.
It's fine.
Okay.
Quite all right. Welcome, man. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine.
All right. We're talking about LFG season 3, episode 3. We'll start with Terrell, then go to you next. Terrell, your thoughts on just the episode, and let's start with that. Just of Trill London.
Well, y'all know that I was a big fan of Trill London. It's just sad to see him go because I really did. I for some odd reason I just can't let it go. I have this dream, this in my head, that they could revive the hardcore division, man. They got 2 people that I would honestly say that could have started it, they could have jumped it back off. And that was Trill London and Tate Wilder, you know what I'm saying? You got one guy that is like extreme, beyond his limits, and then you have Tate Wilder, who is the Daredevil of NXT, which used to be the Daredevil of Evolve. I wanted to see them have this wonderful chemistry in the ring, and perhaps maybe even bring the hardcore division back, which in WWE, we know that's not going to happen in the new regime that we have right now. But it would have been so dope. And he just was not quite all the way there, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with the injuries. And I mean, on top of that, honestly and truthfully, it seemed like he was the Daredevil, if you ask me. I mean, he just kept injuring himself, and it's sad because, you know, just like the coach was saying, how can you execute your own moves? Like how can you set yourself up to do your moves and you can't execute them correctly? So it's just sad, honestly. But I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he heals up and everything, and I do see a future for him in pro wrestling. It's just right now he has to focus on himself right now. Battling with depression and things like that. I feel like he just need a break from a lot of things and just figure out in a healthy way, figure out what is best for him.
That was beautiful. Now, EOD, your thoughts. Check your mic a little bit. Terrell is kind of fuzzy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Now.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Okay. All right.
No, I don't all these sounds, man.
I know. Okay. EOD, your thoughts on Phil London, and we know him for so long, but he got released.
Trill. Who was Trill fighting in that episode?
Braxton Cole.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Wiener.
All right. I'll just start with Trill because I remember the match. I remember saying that Braxton Cole was he was all right. It was more like how you were saying how Invisible Man was talking about like paint by the numbers type of deal going on, but nothing he did was bad. Trill, I kind of felt bad for Trill because even on Evolve, it looked like a lot of moves he did, like he was just too wild with it. I do think he would be a better fit in AEW, like because they like that kind of stuff over there more than WWE. You know, WWE wants you to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, he wasn't executing the moves. That was more the problem than anything else. Especially like you didn't hit your finisher. It's like it's okay to have if you mess up once in a while, but it seemed like every time I saw Trill, he was always doing a little bit too much, and it would always kind of mess up a little bit. So I feel bad. I do feel bad for him. And like we were always saying that he does have like a Jeff Hardy vibe to him and everything. So I did like that the energy, and I do remember when he played football. But yeah, it's just it was a bad look. And unfortunately, we do know what Trill London's fate is after the show. Like when I do my reviews, I'm trying not to let anybody know. Like, okay, yeah, it's like yeah, we saw him on LFG, but we already know his fate. But so I try not to tell people that too much. This way they can watch the show and just kind of enjoy it the way it is. But yeah, hopefully he lands on his feet. Like I said, I think maybe he should probably do some independent stuff, or maybe just see if AEW ROH has something for him because they like that high flying, super daredevil-y type of stuff. But I think Matt Bloom was correct. Pick a couple moves that you're really, really good at instead of trying to do all these different death-defying moves. Pick a couple of them that you could execute well. Like I would say like 9 times out of 10 and everything. I know that's Coach's boy too, Trill, but yeah, look, that's all I gotta say. But like Braxton Cole was just he was just there for me and everything. Like and I do like Braxton Cole, but he didn't do anything wrong. He was just an average match for him. But Trill was really he really did mess up a lot during that match. The match itself was okay, but yeah, he did mess up a bunch. So
Okay, I get that. TJ Wolfie, your thoughts on that? And to add on, we have to remember it has been published publicly that he has been dealing with depression, and throughout all this time he has and was dealing with depression. So that could be a factor as well why he couldn't do his thing. Not saying he was, but just, putting that out there.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they messed up. I actually didn't watch the episode of LFG, really, that one of them, really, but knowing Trent London from Evolve, yeah, he could have been something like more of a next Jeff Hardy for real. And I guess like with WWE, they trying to be cautious now. They don't want him to be next Jeff Hardy with injuries and no minor, no getting hurt every once in a while. Like every once in a while, in the match. I guess they just want to take a cautious on him. Just you gotta slow it down, this and that. But he could have been, something if he could get more training in and steady his moves and not to go too quick with it. And he still be a good high flyer, but yeah, it's just I hate that he had that. I hate that he got let go, but he will do really good on AEW for sure, or Ring of Honor, or the indies that promotion that he can go to explore. But yeah, I just wish him best of luck wherever he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hear these thoughts?
Yeah, yeah, I heard about the depression thing. Hopefully he's doing okay. That's not something easy to just kind of get over, as most people might think. But as far as Trill London, what we saw in LFG is kind of what we knew about him. He's getting gassed real easy in those matches, which I can understand. I didn't want him to get released, but I can understand the perspective of the people in LFG or in WWE, because if you're having a match, you're doing like these death-defying moves, and he gets gassed out quickly, he can get hurt. The other person can get hurt. And if you think about if he's in the main roster, what happens if he's in a ladder match? He gets gassed out and he messes up a move. Again, he can get hurt. Someone else can get hurt. So I can understand why they picked that direction to go with him. But just as everybody else said, I'm hoping the best of luck for him. As soon as he fixes all those issues he has within the ring, he has the charisma, he has the aura, he has everything else. As soon as he fixes what's going on in the ring, he's going to be out of here no matter where he goes. And I hope he really does figure that out. And I really do hope that he, continues to battle through depression, because that really can affect a lot of things. It shut a lot of things down mentally. And that could be a contributor of him, miscuing on certain moves and things like that. So, all in all, I just hope wherever he goes, he ends up being the best that he could be. And I can't wait for him to figure everything else out. So when he does, I'm telling you, he's going to be out of here.
Coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I haven't watched the last 2 episodes of LFG. I've been a bit behind, but it does suck for Trill London. Obviously, everybody knows Jeff Hardy is my favorite wrestler of all time. So naturally, I was drawn to Trill London, and it makes sense that he gets released. Terrell. It makes sense that he got released. It kind of just sucks, because I was really high on him. Since the first time I saw him on LFG, I was like, this guy has something, and if he just puts it together, he would be big. But unfortunately, it is what it is. I hope he gets to deal with his depression. He sees someone, he talks to people, and it doesn't hinder him. And I do hope he stays in the wrestling career, because a lot of athletes don't after they get released. So I do hope he continues to pursue it. Part of me kind of does hope he goes to TNA, because obviously the Jeff Hardy connection, but that's just a fan in me. Either way, I really hope he doesn't give up on wrestling, because to a lot of people it's WWE or nothing, and I hope that's not his view on it.
Understandable. And for him, I hope, AEW or Japan. You really want to get better, go to Japan. But if you want to shine, you go to TNA. But if you want to get your skill honed, you go to AEW. There's different paths, and I love that you can have that now in the world of wrestling, other than the other place. Sorry. Now, I will say the next topic on episode 3 was Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons had a match. That was episode 4, but Nikita Lyons had a match, and Booker T was telling her, you should tone down your sex appeal, and I'm looking another way, but I'm supposed to look at you. Now, mind you, shout out to Joe BNCO of the PUWF, which is the podcast of Unappreciated Wrestling Fans. He brought up a good point. Why doesn't Booker T stop saying Cholula Green and Lola Vice? Why does Booker T stop saying that about JC Jane? Why does you can't say that about one, but then never say about the other women that you've been publicly famous for the last 2 years. And Stephanie
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts? And by the way, again, they are, and again, it's been confirmed that she's going to be on season 4 of LFG. It hasn't even been finished yet.
Wow.
And she's going to be in season 4. So that's kind of a bonus. That means she won't get fired. So yes, but that's also a negative, because now she won't. Anyway, let's start off with that. Backwards. Hear these thoughts, and we go clockwise. What are your thoughts on that? And the Booker T. You should turn down your sexual appeal. Same guy who said. Same guy. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is pretty hypocritical for him to say that. I don't know if he code switching because he's in LFG. He's in professional mode where he can't talk like he does when he's in commentary. I'm kind of wondering if that's why he's doing it. But either way, we can't deny what we've been hearing on NXT for the past couple of years. What have you been saying during the Devil's Kiss? What have you been saying when Lola Vice comes out? All those other things. Either you're going to approve the sex appeal or you're not. Which one is it, right? So it seems kind of very nitpicky that they're deciding to do. And to me personally, and maybe it's just because I am a baby Nikita Lyons fan. I just became part of the fan base this year, 6 months. It seems like they're kind of really picking on every little thing she does on that show. And it's kind of weird to me, because those things are part of her personality and what's gotten her as far as she is right now, from dancing to now the sex appeal thing is a problem. So I don't know. I don't know what she could do. They just want her to be just a plain wrestler, just like everybody else, with no character, no charisma, and nothing like that. So I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay. Coach?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched it yet, but I don't see the major issue with it, because she seems comfortable with it, and if she's comfortable with it, just let it happen. It's not like it's hurting anyone. It's not like she's against it. So like, what's the big deal? It's what got her over in the first place, whether you like it or not. So like, just stick with it. Why try to change up what works?
Thank you. This is the guy who loves Anya Room. Wolfie.
Yeah, Terrell had actually told me about this situation. I had looked up the scene and actually watched it. I'm like, Nabuka, you know you got no rules. You telling this girl to put her 6 pills down. How much you been talking the same stuff on NXT with Lola and them? Okay, now she had now with Nikita, it's her character. That's how she gets it out there and do what's besides her ring work. No, that's how she develops her character. Let her do that. Like you go in there gogging on her on NXT sooner or later. So why is the issue now? Yeah, that was very hypocritical of him. Now you know better.
Thank you. Terrell?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds way better too.
Yeah, I had to get mic'd up because my dynamic mic is way too far, and I think it's only best if I use that for music purposes. So
Yes. Okay.
first of all, Booker T, you need one of these right here, okay?
Oh Lord.
First and secondly, you get on my nerves, Booker T, because there is no way you're gonna sit up here and target Nikita Lyons when you literally have other female talent in the WWE, even on the main roster, and I'm not gonna say no names, that be wearing cheeky clothing, revealing clothing. There's not one time I ever seen a Nikita Lyon match where she has had a wardrobe malfunction or anything. Now she just got this new character. She done came back from surgery. She is doing the best work that she could possibly have done. And I have always been a Nikita Lyons fan because you never know where a person can end up. Just because they look like they're in a bad position, you never know where they could end up. You never know what's going to get them to the next level. So you don't ever underestimate nobody. You don't ever say that this person is never going to make it to the main roster or anything like that, because you just never know what's going to spark the interest in a person to get them motivated to make life better for themselves. Booker T, you weird for that comment. And I still don't understand why you would say something like that. Like I said, when you literally have other women wearing revealing clothing in the ring, and it's part of her personality, it's a part of her gimmick. If she wants to play this character, let her do it. Now, can she be more aggressive in the ring or something like that? Yeah, and she is displaying that. But at the same time, if she got natural sex appeal, then she just got natural sex appeal. And if nobody can pull it off, they just can't pull it off. It's just that plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? That's like Mika, what's her name? Mika Lockwood, or whatever her name is, Bailey, in NXT. That's with the Vanity Project. Okay, if people are afraid to get in the ring with her, people just gonna be intimidated and be scared to get in the ring with her. But guess who stepped in with her to make sure that she was good to go? Nikita Lyons. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't afraid to see if she was ready to go. So with that being said, sex appeal has nothing to do with anything. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Booker, but it could be just something underlying there that he's just not saying. I'm not going to assume nothing. But what I will say is this. Booker T, why Jasper Troy ain't got no TV time, man? Why he ain't got no TV time? That's the question that you should be answering. That's your boy, ain't it?
Why is Jasper Troy catching strays?
Sitting up here worrying about some Nikita Lyons and your boy on Twitter. Booker T is worried about Nikita Lyons and what she got on, and your boy is on Twitter talking about he's excited to watch other people's matches. You a clown. And you eat eggs.
What?
Hey, don't
Sorry about that.
Lord.
Don't
We
be
have
mean.
a
Jasper
lot of
Troy
parties
has
we haven't gotten
Jasper
yet.
Troy has sex appeal too. He has sex appeal too. Have you not seen his underwear during his matches?
Bro.
What?
Jasper Troy can't even get in the title picture. And he is a winner of LFG. Oh, wait, I forgot. Man, bro, that was game show LFG, man.
Yep.
That was game show LFG.
Okay,
Get
all
on
right,
out of here.
okay. The buttons are going crazy. All right, hold on. Now we okay. Chana, your thoughts on the comments of Booker T? If you saw the clip on YouTube, it was out everywhere. If you your thought.
To me, I don't see Nikita Lyons as being overly sexual. Like I see her as very sexy, and I know that's how she was portrayed, like when she first came out and stuff, but she's not as out there, like Terrell was saying, as some of the other ladies out there that are wear less, they flaunt it more. So to me, I think I think she has a really good with her character now, having a good tone with it in the way she moves and the way she acts. So I think she's doing a great job balancing it. I don't think she's over the top. I don't think she's under. I think it works well for her character. So that's where it's kind of confusing to me that I don't think she's overly sexual. I think she has it right there where it needs to be for that character.
Yeah, I agree.
Quite right. Quite right. Now we also had a Layla Diggs match in episode 3, so we can gloss by it really fast. Even though we'll talk about Layla Diggs a little later. She did have a match to show her heel side. It shows in this episode of Evolve because she had a heel side. She just didn't really know how much the timer was of heel in her brain. We'll talk about that later. But let's get to episode 4. So we're gonna keep this under 30 minutes and compact. Because usually we go like an hour and a half craziness. All right.
EOD, did you go EOD?
No.
Oh yeah, EOD. I'm sorry. Sexy man.
Tell me, man, with the Brady Bunch, man. You got to hit all blocks.
All right, I'll just say I'll play a little bit devil's advocate because I agree with what all y'all said. But when Booker T said it, I don't know exactly what he meant. He didn't really clarify when he says, "Oh, just tone down your sexiness," but he didn't say what it was he wanted her to tone down. So it's like I don't know. But what all y'all were saying, like to me, there's people on the roster that does kind of wear way less and everything, and for me, it is part of her character, and the difference between her with the sexiness or whatever you want to call it, no one's making her be that way. Because remember when Athena was in NXT when they were going through the 2.0 thing, it was like a mandate that came down saying they had to do things that they weren't, we'll just say, comfortable doing or comfortable wearing.
Yeah.
And to me, Nikita's never worn anything like too revealing or anything like that. She's just her, and to me, it's like, as y'all were saying, like the Stephanie Vaquer moves, the Lola Vice moves, and stuff like that. Like to me, she's like a little out there a little bit, but nothing like I would think like crazy. It's not like she's. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that because it's not like she's grinding on the ropes or something.
No,
like
she's
that.
no, it's not a whoa. It's called the '90s. That's exactly what it was.
I mean, yeah. So I'm like, it's not like she's doing any of that stuff, and her character work is really good. She's still whimsical, but she's also now has like a deadly side to her. She could be serious. She actually reminds me of some of the best workers and everything. Like actually like a Booker T or a Kurt Angle, where you could do anything. You could be serious. You could be comical. You could be whatever the types of characters you have, because it's not all about ring work. But she's, to me, like Booker T said, probably the most I say besides Winnie Chu, probably has the most talent in the locker room. But she's definitely got probably the most talent on LFG since Wendy Chu's not on there. So yeah, I just didn't really get. It's like I get it a little bit, but he didn't elaborate, so I don't know like what exactly he meant. And I actually like Booker T, so I know a lot of people don't, but I like Booker T. And yeah, I just think Nikita's just doing a great job and everything. Everything is coming together for her. It's like when they talk about the quarterbacks, the game slows down. It seems like the game is slowed down for Nikita Lyons. She can do it all. That's why she's multimedia. So yeah, I don't know what she needs to tone down. She did take the Bubba Ray advice about the shaking the ass thing or whatever, but like that was probably more like as a habit. But if you notice on Evolve, she doesn't do it as much and stuff. And I get what he was saying. He wasn't saying like don't do it. He was just basically saying, okay, at this particular time, just don't do it for like whatever reason. So it's like, all right, just because you want everybody to focus on that person at that particular time, that's all. So it's like I don't know if it was more of a play on that. But like I said, Booker didn't really elaborate, so I don't know, like what he kind of meant. But yeah, there's a lot of people that does a lot more, I guess we'll say. So that's
Okay.
my thoughts on that.
All right, that's why I love you, Yodi. Let's go to episode 4. We had Nikita versus Bailey Humphries. We don't really even need to talk about that. Nikita had a great match. Bailey Humphries is in the best position in her life, being the Bryce Donovan, Zeta Steele of Vanity Project, the perfect combination. freaking love her. V's up.
Throw
That's
them
right.
V's up.
She was like Bryce who? Zeta who? I miss you, Zeta. Have fun in ROH. Now we get to Chris Island versus Tate Wilder. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can.
Wait,
This one.
I wanna
Yeah.
I wanna ask real quick.
course.
Was Chris Island part of the people that got released, or is he still
Yep.
employed? Because I don't.
Yep.
He was.
Yeah, he did a whole
Okay.
video too.
He is.
Oh, okay, I didn't catch that one.
Well, well, now he is retired, I guess.
Hey,
as of right now.
hey, what is this? D Crew or whatever your name is. This is not the roast of Kevin Hart, so don't play like that in the comments, man.
Yeah, he's on timeout. He's gone. Anyway, now let's talk about this match. You know what? Terrell is a linguistic at heart. Talk about the match, Mr. Terrell, about Chris Island and Tate Wilder. You don't have to describe it. Just your feelings.
Somebody on LFG? No, you talking about Evolve.
No, I'm talking about LFG. Tate
Not
Wilder
LFG.
versus Island.
I'm so confused. That
Episode
comment.
4. Well, he thought was reenacting. I do this. He just kept screaming and screaming like freaking Pulp Fiction.
I'm sorry. That comment threw me off, man. My bad. It took me somewhere else. Okay, so I don't know what dude was doing, man. He was like, I do this for a living, dog. Like he was he act like he was in the street somewhere when he was talking to Tate Wilder in the ring. I was just like, bro, we get it. We get it. You got aggression. You got, I don't know, evolve aggression, I guess. I don't know, but he does the character switches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can honestly say he do be switching up his wardrobes a lot, and he do switch up his character work with every single wardrobe, which means he got a little bit of Mick Foley in him. He can switch up characters, and that's something that you could work with. A person that could play a character. I don't know the LFG timeline, but we're just gonna go weekly. You got a new character every single week. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And as far as I'm with Tate Wilder, y'all know how I feel about Tate Wilder, man. I just want to see him be more daredevilish, but you know, like I said, WWE, they're gonna play it safe. They're not gonna let him just fully branch out. But other than that, I mean, it was a decent match, I guess. It was decent, but that's the only thing that just stuck in my mind. Like it just stood out. Like dude just kept screaming at the top of his lungs every time he take over the match. Y'all see me? This man ain't touching me. Like I'm the man around here. Like no, you're not. But I like it. He got an ego, and that's good.
Okay. EOD, I know you're shaking your head down. Just say what you need to say.
All right. Chris Allen, I think this might have been my first time seeing him, and they did a good job of kind of giving me a little bit of his backstory, like the change up of the wardrobe and stuff like that. Now, to me, I thought the match in itself was okay, but yeah, that screaming really took me out of it. It's like it wasn't really earned. Like if he would have done it like later on the match started, I'm like, okay, but I'm like, as soon as he went in there and the way he was yelling, I'm like I thought I was back watching the 80s or something, but this was it was just like, why are you screaming for? Like, and it was, I don't know.
EOD,
That's the
I'm
thing that
sorry.
took me out of it.
Can I back off you real quick?
Yeah.
The only thing that that was in my mind was Mark Henry Hall of Pain. Where he would just scream at the top of his lungs every time he was on TV fighting someone.
Yes. But to add on to that,
But he's not Mark Henry.
He's not Mark Henry. And the assignment, remember, but you remember in the show, the assignment was they watched The Rock for the first time ever, which kind of embarrassed me as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
To know that they watched the Rock versus Hogan match, and that was the first time watching it for them. I'm like, oh my god, you're in. Oh my god, you haven't even okay. But they were supposed to emulate that. What Chris Island gave us was not that at all. I don't know who.
Well,
I mean,
I will say this, even though it's a little bit fast forwarding of what we'll talk about later. what they did with the Rock Hogan thing, I felt Cam and Tate did with their match and everything. With that whole the storytelling. That's what I think. So like Tate, he understood the assignment or he learned and everything. That's why. So since they were basing it off that a little bit, to me they weren't telling a story at all when they were having the match. And like I said, like the screaming was fine, but to me, like the way he started off doing it, like if he would have, they had like a little bow, then he started doing like I do or whatever he was saying. I'm like, all right, that would have been fine because I like Roman Reigns when he starts talking his ish in the middle of matches. But I'm like, this is before a Netflix break. You start talking ish, and you know how quick Netflix breaks come. So I'm like, that's the only thing that kind of took me out. But the wrestling itself was fine. It's just that really took me out of it. I'm like, why is he yelling? And what he was yelling, I'm like, all right, I get it. Like, I was just like, his face was killing me. I was like, oh, it was like he was like Leo Rush all of a sudden. Like the way I'm like the over exaggerate. I'm like, man, what did this man do to you? At least give me a story. Like, why are you this upset at Tate Wilder or something? Yeah. That was it. That was it for me. But I think like I said, the wrestling was fine. Just that was the main thing that took me out of it. I was just like the scream. I'm like, wow.
Okay. Well, good. Right. CJ.
I really didn't see the match, but that was funny what y'all described when he was doing in the match, screaming in there. I wish I had seen it.
Like what?
I wish I had seen it. It's all like it's probably hilarious, but Cam got it.
Baby girl, I'm gonna explain to you what the situation was.
What?
Imagine the guy in the ring trying to convince the crowd that he is the toughest man walking. He's trying to convince us, but it's not believable.
Cringe.
Like, at all. You don't see me? Do y'all see me?
It's so cringy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could just imagine too. But yeah, he didn't have to do all that every time. You do like maybe once or twice, but don't do it every time. But he got it in him. He just don't do that. But I'm guessing the match probably turned out pretty good though. Which they had that match involved also, but yeah.
Okay. Coach, I know you didn't see, but your thoughts of a screaming man screaming at a person in the ring?
I don't know what happened because I haven't watched it yet. But I can just imagine from what I know from Chris Island. No offense to him, but he's never come off as a very good actor. He's never really felt like he's convincing. So imagining him trying to act tough, dominating, it's kind of like I can imagine what happened, and I can see why everybody finds it ridiculous.
All right, you have these thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. It was it was like someone told him to be Callie Armstrong and crank it up to 50,000. Like he was just in there just I'm him. I did it. I suplexed him. You saw that? Like it's like relax, man.
Hear these thoughts.
Yeah.
Will Smith on that freestyle.
I bit more than I could chew, and then I chewed it. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like he did that. And the thing is, I'm kind of, I'm not a professional when it comes to wrestling and stuff like that, as far as working in the business. I'm trying to understand why they showed him that match in order to have them make a match based off of that, because the character he was trying to be in a ring with all that overhyping and stuff like that. When we talk about a Kylie Armstrong, when we talk about a match between The Rock and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, whatever they did in the ring was earned. All that yelling he did in the ring was not earned yet. No one really is familiar. They knew who Chris Island is, but the character he was trying to portray, nothing happened prior to earn what he was doing in that ring. At least earn it first and then get in the ring and start doing the yelling. Then it'll be a lot more, understandable or a lot more believable. But the fact that you didn't earn it, on top of the fact that it's not believable, it just makes it look really, really goofy. And I get that he was really trying hard to prove something, but I feel like it just went way over the mark. If he did it like, a few times here and there, as opposed to like sticking out his tongue during a submission and yelling every single second, it would have been a little bit more believable and a lot more tolerable. But the way he did it was just a little bit over the top to me. And that's probably why, I'm not going to say that, but yeah.
I guess I get that. Now, I feel bad for Chris Island because after he got released, he really got into like a really emotional state on his Instagram and Twitter. Really putting it out there. He's a lot more better now. So I'm actually happy about that. He's a little bit different. and he's being different. So good for him. Now let's talk about the last match that it makes sense in time-wise. Zena Sterling versus Chantal Monroe.
Yes.
Chantal Monroe, we know, is the next up for the next Evolve Women's Championship. We know that. It's going to be Nikita, and then after Nikita, Chantal. We all agree on this. And Shauna, yes, we've been talking about the story of Chantal Monroe and Wendy and Nikita for about 6 months. Once Nikita got there, we kind of felt like, oh, Nikita's there for rental. Then we saw her improvement. But at the same time, we low-key saw Chantal Monroe kicking ass and having a feud with Wendy Chu, which ended for now. So I do like that. I want to put that in context. Zena Sterling has no killer spirit at the moment in LFG, and they said that in the match that like there was a good match. Nothing was wrong with it. Chantal, I will critique that the pop-up code breaker that she does wasn't as clean as the other ones because the other ones are very like out of nowhere. So this one's a little different. Zena Sterling is not what we saw in Evolve Now, which we call the same woman from Kill Bill with the music that I can't put anymore because they got me on copyright. But I will give, and I feel bad for Chantal because she was supposed to be an eliminator before Wendy won. She was supposed to be, and then her ankle got hurt. She has about another month left before she comes back. So when she comes back, they gotta insert her ass into the freaking the best thing in Evolve. But let's do a little quick recap. What are your thoughts on the Zena Sterling Chantal Monroe match? The critique that they gave Zena Sterling that you gotta have a killer edge. You've been here for long. You've been the same person the whole time. We saw what they were trying to do in Evolve, and they just kind of like left it in the air for now. We say it like that because Evolve has never let us down on the storyline. It's been a year plus, not once. Even the mysterious attacker was all over the place, but at the end they picked it up. So here are these thoughts. What are your thoughts on the match and Zena Sterling and Chantal?
I thought the match was great, and as usual, Chantal, reflection of perfection, she always does an amazing job. I mean, just watching the match itself just made me more excited about her return because she just has it, man. She just has it. She has the charisma. As a heel, she's amazing. In the ring, she's really, really good. So I can't wait till she actually comes back. But again, as far as the match goes, I thought it was really, really good. I know Zena felt the way about how she performed in the match. I don't think she did bad at all, in my personal opinion.
Same. Now, Coach?
Oh, I remember. I didn't watch it, so I can't tell you.
Okay, that means you still love Zena Sterling. That's cool. EOD.
Yeah, like here these thoughts says, I thought the match was really good. I do like the fact that the whole slap bit, like Chantel came up with that, and Bubba Ray just put like a little bit more sauce on it, and the crowd really ate it up. She said, "You Barbie bit," and just slapped the taste out of her mouth. And I thought Zena Sterling did a good job of like hulking up and stuff, but I get where they were probably saying, okay, might not look as aggressive. I don't think it was her face or her mannerisms and stuff. I think it was her whole outfit that made it look like it might not have been as aggressive as it should have been with the dress. So I don't know, because like her face looked like, yeah, she hulked up and everything, and she got really aggressive. Now, to be fair, this is my first season of LFG that I'm watching, so I don't know what it was like before. So, but to me, I thought she did a really good job, and I think she was like a little hard on herself and everything. But I see the vision because we saw what happened on Evolve. Like this isn't like that anymore. And she had that Kill Bill thing on Timothy Thatcher when he said, "Nah, you're like on a losing streak," and she looked like she wanted to take Carmen Petrovic's katana and do something with it. But yeah, I thought the match was good. Chantel, like you said, we all thought that she was probably going to be next up, or Wendy's like greatest feud. And unfortunately, she got hurt, and it made sense. You can kind of tell they kind of scrambled a little bit because she was in the VIP section in one match, and they tried their best to kind of edit her out so you wouldn't have to kind of explain, like, okay, what happened and everything. So, but yeah, the match I thought was good, and it belonged as the main event of the episode. And yeah, I thought both ladies did a good job. And Zena, don't worry, Zena, you're gonna get yours sooner or later. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also as an add-on before we get to Terrell, actually before we get to CJ, Zena Sterling, plus the Russian content creator that's in the PC called Unknown, plus one more person, I think could be a good trio. If you call yourself the Unknown, you better be the most badass wrestler I've ever seen in my life. Okay. We had Jessica Carr for a quick.
They could Titus O'Neil. Well, not Titus O'Neil.
What?
What was his name? The Funkadactyls. What's his name? Tyrus.
Brodus Clay.
Tyrus,
Brodus
yeah,
Clay.
Brodus Clay.
Brodus
Yeah,
Clay. Like,
Brodus
his name
Clay.
was like Tyrus outside. That's why I was getting confused. Yeah, Brodus Clay. Remember, they built him up as like the biggest thing ever that he came out.
She better be.
And he came
tell
out
your
and started
mama.
dancing. I was like, what is this? It was cool, but I was like, it was not what we were expecting at all.
Okay, those are dark times. We don't talk about those times. We don't talk about those times.
No,
Your thoughts on Shanta Monroe and Zena Sterling? We already know what their projections are.
yeah, I really didn't watch the part either. I really got no input from it, but I just think that Chantel, no, she's ever seen her already. She have been improving a lot, so I just know she probably did her thing on that match. And Zena Sterling, hopefully, like y'all say, she kind of hoped up on the match, so I'm happy for that she did that. But she need to get on in there and get that bad side on out. So I was hoping that for her that she can pull out the full heel instinct that she have in her. But yeah.
All right, Terrell.
I thought the match was really, really good, and Chantel Monroe is one of my favorite Evolve, women's wrestlers. I can't wait to see her come back because I feel like working under the brains of Bubba Ray, even being in the same room as Kevin Owens, I feel like when she come back, she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with because we know that she could have a sadistic side, but we haven't full blown seen it. So when she come back, I hope they do put her in a title picture to go after Wendy Chu if she still has the belt, because she will be the best villain for Wendy Chu. Because it's gonna be like one of those things of like, I'm back and I'm coming to take what's mine. That's what I really see Chantel like returning as, like, I am back and I'm coming to take what's mine. Like, that belt has always been mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see her like cutting promos and stuff in the mirror. Like, that title has always been yours. And don't you forget that like she's doing positive affirmations over herself. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'd be like a good character with the mirror and all that stuff too. Like, she's always like talking to herself, keep motivating herself, but she's a heel. So like, it's even more crazy. Like, it's almost like we could say like a movie villain or like a horror monster or something that literally motivates themselves to keep getting away with things. And it's like they keep getting away with it because they believe it wholeheartedly. They will. And they keep getting away with it, like they just 10 steps ahead of everybody that's trying to figure out who the killer is or something like that. So, as far as with Zena Sterling, I felt so bad for her, and the only reason why I did is because when Bubba Ray told them that they did an amazing job, I literally felt and resonated with her as like, y'all did such an amazing job, and you didn't even realize how good of a job y'all did. But somebody else had to tell you and Chantel that y'all did an amazing job. Like, I could see it all over her face, like she was shocked because she really did do good. And I really would love to see her tap into that heel character, that other side. I think it'd be dope to
see. Same. Now, Shauna, do you have any thoughts on this before we start the show?
No, not really, because like I said, I'm hopefully you can watch LFG, like after, because I can't watch it live. So hopefully, I can get there soon and get caught up on what's going on.
Okay, that's fine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WWE Evolve episode 51 post review show. Let's go. We got a little speed run this a little bit. We start the show off with the recap of Tate Wilder and Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins. Minus Luca Crusifino, they Thanos him out of the story, where they jumped him. They jumped in the parking lot. He was the sheriff of Evolve for a second, and it was a horrible job as the ref. And they're both set up for the main event. So we're gonna just gloss over that. I'm glad that they're setting up the story for the future. But here comes the first match: Anya Roode versus Layla Diggs and Mason Holiday. Shout out to Mason Holiday, which coach says is your 0.5 win. I'll accept it. I love it. Before we start, shout out to Coach FCHW. Check him out on YouTube.
Oh no.
He said this about Anya and Layla. Your discretion is advised.
Oh no.
Anya Rune going up against Layla Dix. For those of you who aren't catched up on the Coach FCHW channel lore, Anya Rune is actually my wife, and Layla Dix is my ex. So, you know, not to brag, but this match was kind of them fighting over me, which was cool. You know, cool. I'm just that guy. No, but for real.
From his own words, ladies and gentlemen. From his own words. This match.
What?
I'm just putting it out there. This match is 4 minutes 35 seconds. Great back and forth from Anya Rune. Anya Rune did a self clothesline where they used your own arm for a clothesline. She took off her battle armor of her elbow and did a nice little European uppercut into a plie kick in the corner. Layla Diggs was the heel in this match. Mason Holiday was the baby face in the outside. It was very confusing. In the end, Layla Diggs did a standing moonsault. Was it a moonsault or shooting star? No, it was a moonsault. Standing moonsault. Then she went to the corner, went up to the top rope, looked up into the sky, and saw Gable and Perk Angle looking down on her saying, "You are ready." And she did the most beautiful moonsault I have seen in a very long time.
Yes.
For the 1, 2, 3 post match, Gianna Capri comes out, mouths off Anya Rune. "You're a loser. You suck." Mason Holiday is like, "Stop! You stop it right there." Mind you, Layla didn't say nothing. She was just standing there, kind of like agreeing whatever Mason Holiday was doing. "You get out of here! Get out of here!" like a cat. "You go on!" And then Gianna Capri turns away like a cat. Now, Chana, your thoughts on the match? We give a rating from A to F. So any way you want to say it like that, and anything else? Just your thoughts on the match and a rating.
I thought the match was great. I mean, that moonsault at the end, like my husband and I actually stopped, rewound, and watched it again because we were like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "Yeah, play that back." Really quick. So I thought it was good. I think it really sets up that storyline. I do want to say a little bit. Did anybody see Gianna's Instagram stories today? I think
No.
so. She was having a funeral for Victoria. So I'm hoping that she got an official signing. So I was excited about that after getting to talk with her this past weekend. But I like the match. I think it really sets up a good storyline for those characters going through. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. It was the first time I had seen Anya outside of that qualifier, and then I saw her this past weekend. So it was really nice to see her in this format too, with that character, instead of just seeing her on the indies. So I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say I didn't even think to rank them, so I'm just gonna say a B because I liked it. Could have been a little bit better, but I'm just gonna give it a B because that moonsault at the end, like if you were like mid-grade, that just like right over the top.
Brett as well. I love that freaking moonsault. Hear these thoughts. No, wait, Coach, you'll get your thoughts. You'll get your thoughts in a second. Coach, you'll get them.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, before I go into the match, I just want to wind just half a second because Cam Hendricks almost got me in trouble at work because I was watching Evolve at work and I had the headphones in. Somebody walks in my office. I turn around, the headphones unplugged from the computer, and it's on the part where he says, "Oh, you keep bouncing back up like you like punishment. Well, if that's the case, we're gonna have a good long night." And my coworker's like, "What are you watching?" Yeah. My coworker, I'm like, "Yo, this is I kid you not. I kid you not." He's like, what are you watching? I'm like, "This is wrestling." He's like, "Okay, hey, love is love, whatever you like." And I'm like, no, it's not like that, bro. It's look, it's Evolved. And I had to show it to him. So Cam, he almost got me in trouble at work. But back to the match at hand.
You know what's funny about this? Last week I had to press the button, and this week.
I'm like, Cam, bro, I like you. Why'd you do this to me, man? Now you got me looking crazy. But as far as the match goes, I agree with Shauna with everything she said. I mean, that moonsault, it felt like she was in the air for like 15 minutes during that moonsault. You know, like the Matrix when they pause and they rotate the camera. It felt like that was going on when she was in the air. But it really felt like a really good Layla Diggs showcase. I felt like Anya Rue understood that she had to showcase Layla Diggs, you know, because I've seen Anya Rue in other matches, and I'm not saying that she did bad in this match. I think she knew what her role was in this match to make Layla Diggs look good, and Layla Diggs looked fantastic in this match. And with Gianna Capri coming out and them continuing that storyline, I love the fact that they're doing that as well. So yeah, like just like she said, I'll give it a B. And I think that moonsault really took it over the edge. And I seen really quick, I know we're just skirting through this, a lot of people reposting that moonsault. Even people who don't even watch Evolve was reposting the moonsault. So I was like, if that's what's going to put her on the map, I'm not mad at this at all. You know, Layla Diggs deserves all of this.
She's a new cartwheel. Which, by the way, I want to add on before I get to coach. I said that to the Wrestling Soup Twitter too. Like, she's the new cartwheel, and since Cartwheel has just officially joined Triple H, out the Sports Jedi Network, another crew of the Wrestling Soup and Friendos. Love you guys, and PUWF. For me, before I get to coach, for me, every time I see the moonsault, and and again, I don't own this song. This is what I hear when every time I see that clip of the moonsault. I don't know what love is. I want you to show me. Every freaking time I see that moonsault, like, it's just so perfectly slow. Coach, your thoughts on your wife, ex-wife, and the fact that you live in London?
I don't live in London. I live in a completely different country. Anyway, yeah, first off, I'm very happy for Layla Diggs because, like, you guys remember from the first time I was on the podcast, I said, like, I'm really high on her, and I'm finally happy that she's getting the recognition. She's getting the appearances on NXT, on LFG. She's finally getting, like, victories and pinfall victories on Evolve. So, like, I'm just very happy she's finally getting the recognition she deserved. Because for a while, though, it just felt like she and Mason Holiday were just trapped as, like, not gatekeepers, but, like, if you need a victory over somebody, here's Layla Diggs or Mason Holiday. So I'm just happy. For one, she's finally getting, recognition. And then also off note, Anya Rune is very big. Like, especially in this match, like, well, she's not like massive or huge, but she's like very like taller than all the other wrestlers. And I didn't realize that at first. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, they don't really lean into that, but like it does lean into a gimmick of being like this like anime character that's like built to be super strong. And I just noticed that, and I kind of like that, and I wanted to point that out.
She slouches a lot too, so it's kind of, her height is deceptive.
Yeah, and by the way, when Layla Diggs was coming in, she was just bopping to the music, so I did like that. Yeah, I know you saw that too. You had the picture on your YouTube channel. Check out at Coach FCH.
Also, I'll also give this match a B. I didn't give it a rating. I'll also give it a B. It was really good. I think that finisher from Layla Diggs like really is what made the match stand out. I think that was the highlight of it. And
if either the Booker T kick or that moonsault, she's freaking good. Shout out to Booker T and knocked out Booker T. TJ Wolfie.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no. She's done that moonsault. That's the first time she's ever done that moonsault ever.
Is it the first time we've seen a logo in the Evolve mat as far as the ring? Because they had the Xfinity
Second
logo
time.
in the middle.
Second time. First was the General.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
General left after Bryce Donovan left. I understood. V's down. Well, General's down too. So I get that. TJ Wolfie, your thoughts on the match
Ooh, woo. But yeah, I love the match. The match was really good, and Layla did surprise me with that moonsault. It was so beautiful how she executed. So yeah, I give that match I'll give it a B plus. A plus for that moonsault. Keep that in your arsenal, Layla. Like, yes, that was nice.
Okay.
Also, can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, when the move was first placed, I was like wondering what was she trying to do, because Anya Rune was laying very close to the center of the ring. I felt like it was a very far moonsault that she hit. Like, I just want to point out, maybe it was just me, but I thought like it was a very far one, so that's even more impressive.
Yeah,
it is.
It was. And the Tay Wilder match was the same exact placement that Tay Wilder did it as well. We talked about that EOD on the Evolve effect. I'm like, you should really talk to somebody and find out only one person does the moonsault, not two people in the same night. It breaks the move. But that's just me. That's just me. Terrell, your thoughts?
Oh yeah. So first match of the night was Layla Diggs and Anya Rue. They was Fighting to the death for Coach's heart, man.
What?
They was fighting to the death for Coach's heart, man. We all know this, man. We know the backstory, man. They was fighting for his heart, man. And the winner went to be with him just for the night, because he be playing between the two, and that's why they be fighting in the first place, But anyway, so the match was pretty good. I would give the match a B plus as well. I like Anyaru, she is dope, man. I love the anime character. Some people think that she come off as cringe or she come off as corny. Y'all just mad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it, you know what I'm saying? The laid back, nerdy girl, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody, everybody like, honestly and truthfully, I really don't really see why people hate her. But anyway, but yeah, I thought she was dope in the match. Layla Diggs, when it comes to Evolve and seeing new wrestlers showcase their talent, because I'm not gonna take anything away from Winnie Chu or anything like that, because we know she's the OG and we know she's in Evolve for a reason. She is the gatekeeper of Evolve. Nikita Lyons is one wrestler, like we said, that has improved a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even though she's been in NXT WWE for a good couple of years, but when it comes to new talent, the most evolved talent that we have seen out of the women's division in Evolve, but besides Chantel Monroe, even though she had to leave out, Layla Diggs, I will always say was the number one, person that literally evolved, because I say Kelly Armstrong, she came in with the fire, with the aggression and different things like that. It's just with the promos, she had to get better at that. Kendall Gray, like I said, she worked herself up, but when we come to seeing someone that was like kind of struggling, but had to become a whole different breed of a wrestler, Layla Diggs definitely has been doing it. I would like to say the scissors kick, when she do Booker T scissor kick, it is pretty dope. I do like it, but this moonsault, y'all. First of all, the distance of the moonsault was crazy. The way she worked the body off the top rope to connect from the top rope to the connection of the moonsault was priceless, man. For real. With that being said, you officially got the prettiest moonsault, girl. Oh yeah, Layla Diggs. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my God. This is the world I live in Evolve now with soundboards. I do love this. I do love
Because
this.
we know because we know a lot of those females be finna break their neck or something when they do the moonsault.
Yeah. But to do it, so the added caveat is that she
Jump.
landed
Jump.
perfectly.
Jump off the
Perfectly.
top rope. Don't dive
I know.
off the top ropes. Jump off the top ropes, man.
Yeah. Tay Wilder did it too today, but again, it's not the same. I was telling Cardala, like when Gable did it back like a few years ago, perfect timing. When Kurt Angle did it, just for funsies, perfect timing. This and you can, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to bet and get guaranteed money, Layla Diggs is not going to lose the match against Jada Parker next week. After this got viral in one day, yeah, she ain't losing. Sorry, Jada. Sorry, the internet wins. But
Internet wins.
internet wins.
It's
Next
sad.
up,
It's sad.
Thatcher minus his Chunkies can is in the back promoting himself and reminding people that all these wrestlers are going to be out in different places and ID showcases, and that you can see them or you can book them for matches and everything like that. I do love that. Speaking of which, from Mount Olympus.
If you're not tan and jacked and ready to attack, or if you are weak and pale and ready to fail, then this is not the place for you, 'cause it's time for the Stardometer with its go.
Now, since Shauna's new here, we have to explain what the studometer is. It's basically back in the beginning of Evolve, he would always do studometers, sometimes on Evolve and sometimes on Instagram and Twitter. Now, the lowest score is 1.5, which is Peter Rosenberg. He'll always lie saying that's higher, but it's not. He is 1.5 and 1 point under Otis. I want to put that out there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, apparently It's Gall has a crew. Apparently It's Gall has a trios. And apparently this is a music video. Your discretion is advised? Question mark?
It takes two to tango. But free some to be some. Oh yeah. Hit the music, dummies.
Yo. Let's go. Look at slime season, man. You're the thick edition. We'll jack her together, stays in mint condition.
You boys claim the fame, but you never went viral. We didn't expect it of you 40 milers.
Yeah, out of shape, out of breath, out of your mind. While we the stars leaving you dummies behind.
You're bail. When you're ready to fail, we got the power of friendship, and we're gonna send you out by a box. Like, man.
Cause nobody's better than Jacker together. Nobody's better than Jacker together. May 30th, it's over. Out of pretty ferocious bass dummies. Oh yeah. Let's go.
What?
Bro, is that the cap cut auto tune that they use?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Now,
Andy Melnunkus.
Now, we're
Oh my
gonna talk
God.
we're gonna talk about this next week. We're gonna talk about this next week. It'll take like another half an hour if we dissected what we just watched.
True.
So let's just go on to the next match.
Yeah.
Which is TJ Valor versus Chaz Starboy Hall. GJ Valor's in the back with the Mog Squad. They say, look, you're doing good. You know who's also not funny? It's Gall. That's why I brought up the It's Gall studometer. They say that, no one's booked tonight. Max Abrams and Jakari Ball say, well, Aaron Work is booked tonight, and they both look at each other like kind of sinisterly, but that's all they say. I want to add that for later. CJ Valor says, look, I got Starboy. I got him. Don't worry about him. Like, you just you go to your tanning beds and have fun. Mob Squad say, all right, cool, man, you have fun. I did like CJ Valor's side armor. It was really freaking cool. That was really freaking cool. I'm telling you, if it was a little bit more longer, it would like look more regal. So I want to put that out there. Match starts. CJ Valor versus Starboy. This was experience versus power. Starboy kept jumping around CJ Valor. CJ Valor, when he finally caught him, would just throw him like a rag doll. At a certain point, he did the cosmic spiral, which I talked about with this EOD, which is the standing corkscrew moonsault to him. That's called the cosmic spiral. They don't want to call it that in Evolve. He did the Sasuke special to CJ Valor, and his whole body landed on the right shoulder of Valor. And I felt bad for him because like you gotta carry a 185 baby looking man, and hopefully he doesn't die. And you caught him. So I was like, I'm glad CJ Valor was safe. I'm really glad he was safe. In the end, Starboy did a dynamite kick, went up to the top, genie style shooting star press for the 1, 2, 3. This match lasted 8 minutes 56 seconds. I will give a shout out to CJ Valor because one, his gear was awesome, and I love that every week we see him, he doesn't wear the same gear twice. I saw a movie with Invisible Woman called Quiz Lady, and the Will Ferrell character had bow ties, and every bow tie was different every single day. If you give me gear every week that's different, CJ Valor, you're going to be freaking top notch. Because then everyone's like, oh, this is the guy who never has the same gear twice. That's pretty cool. But Starboy, again, we talk about Starboy when his first promo in Evolve sounded like he came from Vietnam. I was in 12 years. I was in Japan. I was in GCW. I'm like, okay, yeah, we get it. We get it. You were in war. You survived. Damn. So, Shauna, your thoughts on the match and thoughts?
First
Also,
shout out to CJ for winning the PCW championship. So give him shouts for picking that up. So I enjoyed it. I like Starboy too. I love CJ's great. I love the whole Mog Squad. I actually, this Gen Xer had to pull out the Urban Dictionary to figure out what they were meaning because I was convinced it was Final Fantasy related. So I was like,
I get the reference. I get it.
and I was like, why is that on the way back from the ID showcase? Because they were all there and they just kept saying they were mogging everybody. I was like, I need an Urban Dictionary for this one. I thought it was great. I really thought with the momentum that they have with the Mog Squad that CJ was going to pick up the win because of that. And with Starboy having the ID, I was like, we got to give, you know, that friction there. I enjoyed it. I like to make the joke that when not CJ, but when Starboy pulls down the straps, I was like, there's the end of the match. It's coming. But I liked it. CJ, I think the whole Mog Squad thing is going to be great. And I think he does really well that he can do on his own without the Mog Squad and be a part of the Mog Squad too, which is always a great thing when you're not just defined by the group, but you can stand out on your own. I enjoyed it, and Starboy getting the win, I was, like I said, I was really shocked. I thought since the momentum, they were going to give it to CJ on that.
Oh yeah, fun fact by the way, Mr. Invisible and EOD, before they came up with the name of the faction, they called them the Mog Squad first on this podcast.
Damn right.
For real.
Now, Terrell, come in a little closer. You sound like you have a towel over your face.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a nice pickup by Shana, right? Shana, sorry.
It's Shauna, but literally, like, just say you in the corner, and I'll be like, yep, it's me.
Oh, I can't call you that.
We don't do that here.
That sounds that sounds crazy. If I say a woman, you in the corner, that sounds really crazy. I don't want to do that. But that's a good point out about him winning the PCW championship. Like that I love that for him. But as Alex said, the gear with the metal wings, I think that looked really amazing. I'm just like, whenever he goes to the main roster and he's like in a WrestleMania, I can only imagine how that would look with so much money behind it. It's gonna look crazy, and I cannot wait to see it. But you guys know I'm a big fan of the Denim Dragon, and I think both of them did a fantastic job in this match. And yeah, and I thought the one thing that I thought was funny that almost took me out the match is in the beginning when Peter Rosenberg he said that Starboy looked. He said Starboy looks like Pete Davidson's cousin. I was like, oh my, I can't unsee it now.
Nope.
That's all I saw.
It showed me Terrell talking about that the same day.
If I ever meet Blake Howard, I will punch him in his mouth for saying that. That dude is not another doggone Pete Davidson, man.
It's true though.
It's there. It is there. I was like, Peter's in there doing backflips. That's crazy. But like, no, but just like Shauna said, the match was fantastic. I liked it. And as Alex said, power versus experience, and they did a fantastic job. I want to see more of CJ Valor, and he proves honestly just by the look that he could be a single competitor. And they're building him up while he's in a Mog Squad. So I would love to see how he is in the future by himself.
Yeah, before we get to coach, I want to add on a little bit to that. Like CJ Valor can be, because CJ Valor and Jakari can switch up to be the heavy. Max can be the voice, and Santi can be the wild card. And again, CJ Valor, Jakari Ball as a tag team, holy crap.
Yes.
That's what I mean. And Max can just be like the Bobby Heenan, except he just talks it like, I mauled you. You don't know what that is? Oh, that's your fault. You're a boomer. Like, I'm 28. No, you're a boomer. Like, okay, so all right, sit down. Coach, your fault.
Also, shout out to Starboy Hall. He was on TNA tonight. I don't know if you guys care about spoilers, but he fought for the International Championship. I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's happening, so cool for him. And then I'm happy he won. It's all CJ Valor's own fault because he lost, because he didn't have Max Abrams there. And when you don't have that main man energy near you, you're gonna lose. Because the only reason that faction even exists is because Max Abrams, he's the GOAT. He has main man energy. So CJ Valor brought this on himself. I'm not even sad for him. He pushed him away. It's his own fault. You can't do that to the GOAT. So I'm happy he lost, actually.
Wow. That is some hating right there. Wow, that's some hate right there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But the
Bruce
security guard, the
Jefferson's not
fanny
even
pack
here.
would have came out.
All right, TJ Wolfie.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match also, and yeah, Starboy still like fantastic in the ring. So he just showing me he doing some things in the and I also love the gear too. I love that look there on the side on his shoulders, right? That was pretty neat what he had on. But I can match I can match a B. They did a pretty good showcase on this match.
Terrell.
The match was definitely a B. I do enjoy watching Starboy in the ring. He is one of my favorites right now in the Evolve locker room. Um, Blake Howard, I'm actually pissed with him because why would he compare this man to Pete Davidson? Now I have to live with the fact that people are going to keep saying that this man look like Pete Davidson, and I don't see the comparison. I don't see it, and I love the human anatomy. I love doppelgangers. I am fascinated with seeing people that look alike, facial structures, evolution of man, seeing you one way and you could become a totally different person. But I do not see Starboy looking like no freaking Pete Davidson. I don't see it. So Blake Howard, I
there
don't know if
though.
you, Blake Howard, I don't know what you've been smoking on. I don't know if you was drunk at the announce table. But and Peter Rosenberg, shame on you. Shame on you, Peter Rosenberg, for not popping him in his forehead when he said that. But other than that, the match was good. CJ Valor, same thing coach said. Hey, you lost. You lost because you didn't have the shrine out there, man. You didn't have the energy shrine out there. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my god.
That's like having an urn. You know what I'm saying? You have to have your power source, and you just didn't have it with you. So yeah, that's why you lost. You freaking idiot. You can't tell Max no. No, you tell him, yeah, I need you by my side, bro. I need you there. Because if you're not there, I'm not gonna get the dub. I'm not gonna get it. So I need the main man energy, turn it upside down, and it becomes a W. Fool.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. DOD.
All right. Yeah, I actually like this match. I give it like a B plus. I thought well, one, I'll talk about the gear, PJ Valor's gear. I thought was pretty awesome, and like you said, matching once he gets to NXT, the gear is gonna look better. When he gets to the main roster, it's gonna look even better than that. And then if he ever does like a Mania, it's gonna look phenomenal. So that's just to be budget. That's how we do. But I mean, it is. I'm like, look
Yeah,
at
it
Tristan
is.
Angels, his promos on NXT and his promos at Evolve. It's a little different and everything. So it's just it's to be budget. It is what it is. But yeah, I thought the match was really good. Visible Man was talking about like experience versus power. But I didn't see that first. But the Denim Dragon, he could have been part of the Mog Squad. Like when you actually look at them and you see him, like. At first, I didn't see him like, yeah, he's a little stocky dude or whatever. He looked like gonna fit right in. But yeah, I was actually shocked that the Mog Squad wasn't there at all. Not even after the match, because I thought, okay, even if Starboy won, which I figured he probably would win, he is still the ID champion. We're not gonna let him just lose and everything. But I thought he was gonna get beat down and maybe Gal shows up, but because Gal needs some allies. But that didn't happen. Starboy beat him clean, and that was that. Yeah.
And
So that's
to
all I
add
got.
on to that,
That's all I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
oh, no, I was gonna add on to that. Like, it's Gall wasn't gonna come out because if not, that the security guys would have carried his ass out again. Like that would have been like if the Mall Squad would have ran out to help CJ Valor, security would have kicked him out. If it's Gall would have came out to interrupt CJ Valor, like the security now is like, no, we catch you on site, we take your ass out. That's it. I love that about Evolve. That's it.
Even though with security, there's still only two of them at any given time. We haven't seen like a third one come out yet. So the number game, they may have to get them all out eventually, but you might be able to get a sneak punch in it if the Mob Squad would have came in there. Somebody would have got a little. It would have been Max Abrams that would have got the sneak attack on him because he's the leader.
Maybe.
They wouldn't have got him first. They would have probably got the other two first and then get Max Abrams out. I would think.
Okay,
They
yeah.
wouldn't be able to get Max Abrams out. He has too much energy. He has too much main man energy. They would just be repelled by the energy. They wouldn't even get close to him.
Okay, oh my God, this is my panel. This is the panel I have, ladies and gentlemen. I love them. Now, By the way, there's four. There's four security, not two. Remember, like last week, there was a shorter version of the
no,
guy
I mean,
that
like
was
at any given time, it seems like only two comes out at any
Yeah.
given time. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
like the clone factory in freaking Star Wars. Like no matter what, you're gonna get two guys anyway. Let's combine these two together. We have a backstage segment with Laney Luck and Wendy Chu. Laney Luck is telling her that, oh, it's the biggest. Like Laney tells Wendy it was the biggest match of my career. It was the biggest match of your career. Wendy's like, oh yeah, I was really sad that you kind of felt like Wendy really wasn't sad that she didn't finish the match. She's like, oh, you know what happens. But you know what's bothering me? Nikita Lyons and Sloan Jacobs with all these sneak attacks. Mind you, Wendy, it wasn't plural, it was singular. She only attacked you one time. There's not a sneak attack. It's a sneak attack. So you know what? I'm gonna talk to Thatcher, and we're gonna do a freaking tag team match next week. We cut to Sloan Jacobs and Nikita talking in the back. Nikita tells Sloan while you're on your phone, like, "Oh, I'm just buying a whole bunch of tissues. So when we have the tag match next week against Nikita, against Wendy and Lena, they're gonna cry." And Nikita, which I'm sorry, Nikita. My apologies. I forgot to push that button. She does the boo, and Sloan was off key. And Nikita gave her the quickest side eye I've ever seen in my life. Like, what? Are you Kelly Rowland? I'm Beyonce. Let's give a reference to that. Sloan tells her, look, I'm gonna get the match ready. So next week it's gonna be you and me against Laney and Wendy. So, Shauna, your thoughts on both these promos and predictions. Who wins next week?
I could honestly see, I don't know on the predictions. Like it could go either way. Like if you want to keep the feud going, you have Nikita and Sloan win because they can say, we got you, we're coming after the titles because, you know, Laney does have the ID title. So you could have it that way. If you want to just kind of have it as a one-off, then I think you have Wendy and Laney win so they can go on and potentially have their match again for the title. I've been liking the backstage promos with the two of them. It's just kind of been like this mean girl locker room energy. So I've liked it. So it's not too over the top. It's not, you know, too underdone. It just kind of feels like what you would get in the locker room between them. So I think it just depends on where the story goes. It could go either way.
Okay, that actually does make sense. And to add on to that, again, Nikita did say, I like once we get in the ring, I'm going to pin you so I can get, and it could be a factor that whoever pins Wendy is the factor of next week's match. So it could be Sloan that pins her, Nikita gets mad, or Nikita kind of pins her in a weird way, but there's a little factor. Hear these thoughts, your thoughts on this, and you can add on to that.
Yeah, I second that, but I also think that they can also go the alternative route and have Sloan actually pin Laney Luck, and then Nikita could be mad like, you finished the match. I wanted to finish this match pinning Wendy Chu. Why did you do it that way? She's like, isn't the important part for us to win? Why does that matter? And I think that can create some type of rift between the both of them, because with Sloan Jacobs, she seems like she's trying too hard to cozy up to Nikita Lyons, and that part right there is kind of weird to me, like in a sense that she seems like she's doing something wrong. Now, as far as her trying to sing with Nikita Lyons, that was hilarious. I've never seen anyone like Nikita stop a run like that, like ever, like since Ray Lewis was in the NFL. That's the last time I've seen somebody stop a run that fast. And her face was completely hilarious. Now, I'll say this to Nikita Lyons, okay? And this will be the only time I have to say something to her. She said that Laney Luck is from Yeehaw, Illinois, which is Chicago. Nikita, that's strike one. You got 999,000 strikes left. You keep doing that, we gonna have a problem, okay? But as far as all of that, I love Nikita Lyons. The whole thing was amazing. And as Shanna said, I love their backstage segments. Nikita, it's so amazing to see where she came from and where she is right now, and all the people online that's acknowledging it for the first time. And I'll throw myself in there as well, because you guys know months ago I wasn't a big Nikita Lyons fan, but I don't know how you don't like her at this point in time. She's amazing.
Coach.
Since he brought up Chicago for no particular reason, I'm glad the Chicago Bulls are a very bad basketball team for no reason. I don't have any beef or anything for saying.
You hear that, Terrell? You hear
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think Wendy Chu and Laney Luck are gonna win, because I don't think they're gonna work well as a tag team. I think what both of them are gonna probably try and not outwork the other one, but they're gonna both have like an ego clash, and that's what's gonna cause them to lose. Because I don't think Laney Luck and Wendy Chu really get along. Because, like, obviously, it's the whole championship situation. They're really just being teamed up because of the situation. So I think that's probably going to harm them versus Nikita Lyons and Sloane Jacobs, who, while they're not a very like long existing team, they still have some form of chemistry together. So that's how I think it's going to turn out. I don't know who's going to get pinned, but I just don't see Wendy Chu or Laney Luck winning.
Did y'all see what Wendy Chu commented on that video for Nikita and Sloane Jacobs? She said y'all don't even like each other in the comments. That was funny.
Could be. CJ will be.
Yeah, I'm thinking they might give it to Wendy Chu and Lane. I think because yeah, it seems Sloan and Nikita like they kind of just patched us together just because of the situation of the feud is going. But yeah, it seems like they're gonna have some miscommunication somewhere here and there to just break off, and then Nikita gonna do her own thing going at the Wendy Chu for the belt. So yeah, I think Wendy Chu and Lady gonna get a win.
Jarrell?
I'm pinning up there at here these thoughts. He look like he's pulling out some documents, like he's gonna.
I was looking at it too.
No, this is stuff I should have shredded up. That's all. It's just
but yeah, man, I thought the promos was great. I thought Wendy Chu's and Laney Lux, I thought theirs was a little like a little funny. But of course, Nikita and dang, I forgot her name that fast. Oh Lord,
Sloane Jacobs.
Sloane, yeah, Sloane.
Yeah.
I knew that theirs was gonna be hilarious, and it was the fact of like their on screen. They tried to act like because we know Sloane is only out to get what she can get, and she's gonna strike on the closest person that she's around when it's time to only benefit her. So, like Hitty Stoll said, there could be something there where she literally manipulates. She gonna manipulate Nikita, or she gonna try to, and Nikita is just gonna have to like put her in her place. Maybe I don't know, but as far as with that, I have to say, I would like to see, I would like to see, Wendy and Laney Luck win only because they're champion. They got the belts, but I really think Laney Luck is going to end up getting pinned, and it could like Hitty Star said, it could lead into them, bickering at each other because somebody wanted to get the pin, and it's going to be almost like the same thing with Mason Rook and Cam Hendricks. Which if anybody didn't see that match, brilliant match by the way, and the promo after that match was crazy because it's like Cam Hendricks just did not care, and I could literally see Nikita Lyons being the one in the dynamic that just do not care. Like, I got the pin, I got the pin. That's all that matters. We still won, I don't know.
And I mean, you could also see Nikita coming back too if like Sloane gets it because she's like her little pawn, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, I'm the master here. You're my little, side whatever, and now you've stolen the spotlight from me. So I think that would be a good dynamic too.
Oh yeah,
that would be dynamic. POD.
All right. Well, one, since you talked about Chicago Bulls, New York stand up because I'm watching Knicks game right now. But anyway, I really did like the segment and everything. I thought Wendy Chu was giving Laney Luck a little side eye when I first saw it. I was like, but then I just think, well, I guess that's just how Wendy Chu looks. Because I was like, she was like talking and like hyping her up, and Wendy was kind of there, and it almost looked like, why are you talking to me for it type of situation? But maybe not. Maybe I was being a little bit too much into it. But interesting challenge. We all knew this was how it was going to play out. They're going to have a tag team match. But when Nikita and Sloane got together, she tried to harmonize with it. That was funny. That I don't know why, just the look on Nikita's face. She didn't say anything, but the look that she gave her was like rude or whatever. It was like, I thought that was good. And I do think my prediction for the match, it could go either way, but I think what's going to end up happening, I think Nikita is probably going to end up pinning Laney Luck. I know it probably makes more sense for Sloane to do it and everything, but just so Nikita could say that she got that win, kind of like y'all just talk about Cam Hendricks. technically Cam's not wrong. He beat 2 champions on NXT this past week
Mhm.
because it's a tag match. If you win against one, you won against both. So yes, he could technically brag, and that's why Mason Holiday has her win. To Coach's point, because they won that tag team match. But because he says it's 0.5.
If you go off Coach's point, you're going insane here, dude.
But anyway, I just think it's gonna be a good match. Like I said, to me, I think Nikita might win just so she could brag about, okay, she beat Wendy's team. It could go the other way. We're still gonna get the Nikita Wendy Chu match at some point anyway, regardless. But I think it might be better for her for bragging rights to say, oh yeah, I beat you, so that way Wendy Chu could be like, well, maybe you didn't beat me, or it could be, you never know, Nikita might beat pin Wendy, because Evolve is a little bit different than the main roster. Sometimes we do things that's a little bit more surprising or makes even more sense. Like now, then she could really brag if she was the one that pinned Wendy, regardless of how it happens. Like, I don't know, belt to the head, cheer to the face, however it happens. If she pins her, she can still brag about that. So that's why I think the bad guys are going to end up winning next week. But as always, I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Like, I still feel that I hope they extend the Nikita thing to Succession. I don't know when Succession is because they never tell us anyway. It's always random. But if they can extend this to the next Succession, then it should be Nikita, Wendy. And like I said, Nikita wins. And also with the Chantel Monroe thing, it would work that then Chantel fights Wendy in a last woman standing match, beats her to prove that she's ready to fight Nikita. And then you just take it off Nikita. Because again, if she's going to be at LFG Season 4, that means she's going to be here for a very long time. So just send her back up to NXT for a while and let her have some fun. Speaking of fun, contract signing with Tristan Angels and Aaron Work. It proves that the graphics for NXT for Tristan Angels and the graphics for Evolve Tristan Angels are totally different because you still have the sheep in the background here in Evolve. He comes out in a see-through white shirt. I saw his nipples. My girlfriend saw her nipples too and did this. Go like this. I love my girlfriend. He goes into the ring. Stands like Chewy's there, by the way. I'm not even going to talk about Lego head Chewy Martinez. Fix your hair, sir. If you're not going to wear a hat in the middle of the ring, go find a shower, fix your head, fix your hair. Because if honestly, he introduces Tristan Angels and Aaron Rourke comes out, no makeup, and we talked about this in the room woman. Like they toned him down for the sense. He still wears his clothes, and he's very flamboyant, but he doesn't wear the sparkle stuff anymore, which I feel sad. The contract signing goes as follows. Tristan Angels tells Aaron Rourke, the only reason you won in Evolve out of nowhere is because I wasn't here. And the fact that I'm here now, I'm taking it away from you. Aaron Rourke retorts, and by the way, Tristan Angels says, I don't understand the whole hand clapping thing that everyone does and people are doing it in the crowd with the 2 fingers. Chewy Martinez tried to do it, and he just did like, I don't want to show it on camera, but it's not the way that you think he did it, sir. Aaron Rourke tells Aaron Rourke tells Tristan Angels, so you're Mr. England, huh? He's like, yeah. And apparently someone in the crowd really doesn't like Tristan Angels.
Mm-hmm.
England, huh? Yes. Really? I guess that's cute.
It kept going, and they showed it in a second. Tristan Angels was looking at the woman, and the woman was looking at him, and she's like, "Hell no!" I'm like, "Wow." They start getting Aaron Rourke told Tristan Angels, like, you spend Evolve so much money because every time you pass by a mirror, it just breaks. They start doing the ugly chants, and I'm saying, if you want a title, I'll call myself Mr. Evolve. You're ugly, Tristan Angels, because on the inside you don't help people, you don't elevate people. That's why you're ugly. And they started fighting back and forth. Security comes in, not Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend, but I guess a clone of him, and the beard guy. He's the one that he's in NXT house shows. He wears a gray afro, like a silver gray afro. I don't know where he is. His name is he starts with a V.
Oh, that's him.
That's him. Yeah. There's just
Oh,
you've seen the pictures, right? It's really weird.
like a wig kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashley Royalty. Hello, everybody.
Yo,
Thank you. Then Tristan Angel's like, I'm going to punch Aaron Rourke. Security look at each other and say, oh shit, I forgot. We get paid to beat people up? Yeah, sure. So they push him off and push him outside. Now, this is something, I love you bringing this up. This is kind of like a one-shot thing. As Tristan Angels is arguing with security, they pan to outside. Chewy's outside talking to Harlem Lewis. Harlem tells Aaron Rourke, hey, I have nothing against you right now. We'll have our day one day. Aaron Rourke blows him a kiss, goes inside. Harlem Lewis tells him, look, Braxton Cole, you better have all that money because you're gonna need that for the plastic surgery after I bust your face up. Chewy Martinez then pans to the left and hello, Elijah Holyfield? Welcome to Evolve. Hey! Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm here to have fun. That's all I want to do. As this is happening, Tristan Angels is still arguing with security. Aaron Rourke is still talking trash. Braxton Cole is eyeing down Aaron Rourke, and Elijah Holyfield is eyeing down Aaron Rourke. One shot, ladies and gentlemen. Shauna, your thoughts on the contract signing and everything else?
So contract signings, which I like to call the chaos signings because they never end well. I thought it was really good. I know Tristan's not winning. He's in NXT. He's got that program he's doing with Shiloh. Aaron's definitely retaining for this match. And I will say Tristan's presentation on NXT much better than it is on Evolve. But Tristan's not winning. As soon as he won, I was like, what are you doing? He's gonna go face Shiloh. They've got a thing going on for Mr. NXT right now. And I just thought the other stuff, like in the middle of the contract signing, was kind of weird in the middle of it. I was like, why are we panning? What are we doing? Elijah Holyfield, is that going to be his name? Is he not going to get a new name? Why are we talking Braxton Cole? So I thought it kind of took away from that moment with Aaron and Tristan to really build up, because those contract signings are always like a great storyteller. They're always what hype up the match. They set the tone. And I feel it was a disservice to Aaron and Tristan with all of that other stuff going on. So it's going to be interesting to see how it does play out next week and those little pop-ups, how they come out. And Elijah Holyfield, it just makes me wonder, is he going to come over as Elijah Holyfield, or are they going to give him a new name, or are they going to let him keep his name?
The answer to that, before we get to hear these thoughts, that would be the dumbest thing ever if they ever changed his name. They did that to Jamar Hampton during the show. They've done that to every single person that comes to Evolve. My name is this, and then halfway through the show, now my name is this. And it's quite
literally
ridiculous.
had a whole on-screen thing for Max Abrams. They literally did a whole presentation for it.
got changed.
The Jamar Hampton thing always got me fucking pissed off. But the fact that for Elijah Holyfield, if you want eyes to be on that show, it has to be Holyfield. It has to be that name, because it's not, oh yeah, he was Elijah Holyfield. Now he's 2 syllables and another syllable. No, thank you. I'm done with that. That's
Hollywood.
Yes. No, thank you. Oh my God, they probably would do that too. Here are these thoughts. Your thoughts on the contract signing and the one panel camera angle of everything, and Chewy being there just because he's just Chewy.
Yeah, I have to second on what Shauna is saying. First and foremost, whoever that lady was in the crowd, she, like you said, she does not like Tristan Angel, and Tristan knows exactly who that person is. Because even during the time that Aaron Rourke was cutting his part of the promo, Tristan was literally arguing back and forth with that person in the crowd. He was not paying attention. Aaron Rourke even had to tell him, hey, Blondie, look this way. I'm talking to you. And then he turns back around and then argues with that person out there again, going back and forth with them. I'm like Shauna said, this is different than when he is on NXT. This looked a little unprofessional. I think this was on LFG. They would have chewed him up for doing something like that. Now, as far as Aaron Rourke's part of it, of course, Aaron Rourke is great. It kind of felt like it wasn't, I don't want to say it was bad, but he kind of he took his foot off the gas when it came to Tristan Angels, because we seen him go way harder on people on promos. The best that he came up with is that you're ugly on the inside, which I get. I mean, Tristan Angels' whole gimmick is that he's this pretty guy from overseas, but we've seen him go harder than saying walking past a mirror and is breaking and you're costing money for Evolve. So,
man, for real.
Yeah, we seen him go way harder than that. But just and one more time, just to say it again, with the whole thing with Harlan Lewis coming out and just talking about somebody that's not even out there, it just seemed like that could have been its own video package, or that could have been included with the thing with Thatcher backstage. That could have happened back there, and we could have got it from that. And then Elijah Holyfield getting added into it. It was just so much stuff taken away from the most prestigious championship for the men in Evolve, all happening all at the same time. It was like one big distraction happening at one time. But I think overall, I think it was pretty cool, but it could have been executed a little bit better, in my personal opinion.
Okay. Before we get the coach, yeah, I remember this show was 47 minutes. I don't know why they cut this part out. They just they added everything. I don't like that. I agree with that completely. I really wish the camera guy would have went to that fan and just showed it back and forth. Like if you want to be interactive, show the fact that this one woman really doesn't like Twisted Angels and she's like a good heel. And I agree with Chana. The NXT promo was way better than the Evolve promo, but the Evolve promo is more interactive than NXT. Like all those guys are kind of weirdos in NXT sometimes, but in Evolve, everyone knows everyone and like cheers. But Coach, your thoughts?
First off with Elijah Holyfield, I'm surprised he's coming to Evolve with like everybody going to NXT. I said this on my video too. Like back on LFG season 2, I thought he was going to win if it wasn't for his injury. I thought he was like had it on lock. So I'm surprised they're like sending him to Evolve. I'm happy about it because I really like him. And then I'm gonna be a bit of a contrarian to the past two people. I actually liked how chaotic it was. Like I like it when wrestling is like chaotic and everything feels unprofessional, but like it's obviously booked that way. So I like the interaction with the fan, with all the Elijah Holyfield and Harlem Lewis at the ringside. I really enjoyed it. That's like the type of stuff I personally like. So I understand why you guys didn't, but like for me, I like it when it like feels chaotic, when it feels messy, and that's just my type of stuff. So yeah, I liked it. And then yeah, the contract signing was pretty good. I just miss old Aaron Rourke with all the sparkles and stuff. It really feels like they've like what would you call it? Like toned him down. I don't like that. I think he looked a lot more intimidating with like the eye contacts and the glitter and stuff. It just looked a whole lot better. So yeah.
He was really toned down this past weekend. Like his robe was fabulous. I mean, he was phenomenal. I when I spoke with him and stuff, but he was really toned down on the ID showcase too, which I was really shocked about because I was like, this is the showcase for ID. I'm surprised you're not coming out in full glory. So I was really shocked. He did have the contacts, but he really didn't have any face paint on or makeup on at all this weekend.
Yeah, when I saw your interview with him, I noticed that. I was like, is that Aaron Rourke? And I had to look really close, and I'm like, he looks not in a bad way. He looks really normal, you know, given what he actually wears with the face paint and everything like that.
Yeah, and it's really sad that like if maybe it's a company decision like, hey, tone it down for like the general audience. Like, no, fuck that shit. If you do the booty shakers for Lola Vice, why can't you have the glitter face for a guy?
Literally, everybody was shouting Dime, and Evil Gay the whole match. So everybody that there wanted it, like they wanted it. And then when he came out, it was like, you're not your main match. You're the Evolve champion. This is the ID showcase. Like, be in your full glory, dude.
Yeah,
and he just looks a lot more intimidating. Like that yellow eye contacts that he had, or what color was it? It just looks a lot more scary when you're facing him because. Now he kind of looks plain. He kind of looks average, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But like his whole getup, his whole face paint, everything, it just looked a lot more scary to face as an opponent.
Yeah,
I agree completely. James, you're talking about the signing.
Yeah, I like the contract signing, and the fan reaction to it was crazy. It was funny too, and yeah, I think Eric going to retaining the title because. Tristan Angels already got something going on NXT currently right now, so that's everyone retaining. And Harlem he said he's still trying to get that title from the Evolve title. He still want that title, so he's still gunning for it. And it's nice to see Elijah up and appearing on Evolve now, which I wish he did kind of appear on NXT. That dude, but he's still trying to get his feet wet, well enough on Evolve before he step up over there. So it's nice to see him on there. And I can't wait to see how he's gonna do on Evolve.
Okay, Terrell.
I thought the contract signing was amazing. Of course, we had Chewy once again out there doing his thing, being a unprofessional interviewer, and y'all know how I feel about interviewers that are unprofessional. Cam Newton. Anyway, um, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. And then he's sitting up here trying to imitate Aaron Rourke, doing the whole clock it thing, looking like a lame. Like, bro, you so impressionable. Like, what is wrong with you, Chewy? You so. It's just like, bro, that's like me cutting a promo and I do like, yeah, you better recognize who you're talking to, and he just be like, yeah, you better recognize, and I'd be like, man, you do an interview with shut up. You a mediator, be quiet.
That's the few times when Byron Saxton showed up. I'm like, it's Byron. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we know what Chewy was. Chewy was getting ready for WrestleMania weekend, so we know he had bigger shoes to fill. But Byron Saxton, I like Byron Saxton as an interviewer. He's way more professional than this guy is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, he needs some like seriousness about him or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
Chewy trying to be Michael Cole and Lil Yachty at the same time.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, Chewy, be quiet. But anyway, that's why I probably got chaotic, because they was like, well, he ain't a professional, so shoot, we could just act crazy. But I like Tristan Angel, man. Tristan Angel is so dope. I love his character work. I love the way that he comes off. One of his influencers is actually one of my favorite technical wrestlers of all time, William Regal. Yes, that's my dude. That's my favorite technical wrestler. That's my guy. Second in line is Dean Malenko. We already know that. But anyway, so it was pretty dope. I love Tristan Angel. I love the stuff that he's doing on NXT, but this is Evolve. So with Aaron Rourke, I think it's going to be a really good match. It's going to be a good back and forth match. We know Aaron Rourke is going to retain. Hopefully he retains. Unless they could do something in this timeline where something changed. But Aaron Rourke, I do feel bad for him, only because they are slick watering him down. You know what I'm saying? And I always compared him to a JoJo Bizarre character. Imagine JoJo Bizarre becoming a family-friendly TV show. Yeah, that fan base is gonna be like, "What the heck is going on right now? Like, what is this? What happened to all the? What happened to all the the crazy stuff that be going on? Like, what are we doing? They don't let him wear the makeup. You know what I'm saying? It's like they trying to take the aspect of his essence away from him, and it's like, at first y'all let this man tell the story about his upbringing, and then y'all let him embrace himself on television, and then he became the champion. You started losing viewership, and all of a sudden you want to change him. No, because the day ones is still the day ones. We still here. You don't change nothing.
Yep.
And as far as with him talking about the mirrors cracking and Tristan Angels walking past the mirrors cracking, shame on you, Aaron Roy. You don't insult that man like that. Shame on you. Then you had a doggone man in the crowd talking about oh, he called you ugly. Like, bro, come on now. Y'all wrong for that.
But there's a lot more. There's a lot more work friends.
I literally forgot what happened after that because I was killing myself laughing when a dude said, he called you ugly. That's Drew McIntyre. Like, who is that? Is that Drew?
That was kind of funny. EOD.
Yeah. Well, I'll start off first by saying, because on the panel, like, I really don't got a problem with Chewy, but when this came up, when it's the end, I don't know why. I was not expecting him to be the interviewer. Or the person to conduct the contract signing. I don't know why I thought that. I just wasn't thinking it. So I'm like watching. Oh, yeah, the contract signing's coming up, and then I just saw Chewy show up on the screen. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why. I just thought it was gonna be like Byron, because it felt like a big deal. I forgot. Yeah, okay, it does make sense. It would be him or even Thatcher. But I was like, okay, it kind of took me out a little bit. So I was like, oh, all right. And I don't think he did a good job at doing it. Like, really, all he had to kind of say was like, all right, here's a contract for you to sign, But he kept ad-libbing and everything. I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it this time. Like, so, So I'm fair and everything, because I know y'all get a kick at it. It's like, he never says anything about Chewy. But I'm like, this time,
Tristan Angels, I will beat you. Yeah, that's right. Yup.
He's like, all right, all up in the video. But I thought the segment between the two of them was good. And y'all know Tristan Angel's my guy. he's my guy now. I don't know what it is. And like I said before, to be budget, because we saw his outfit on NXT, we saw his outfit on Evolve. It's like it was kind of the same, but just more or better material, whatever the case may be. So it was like, so we see the we see what money gets you and everything. But you're here on Tubi, the land of, well, Tubi's like me paying for it or something. But yeah, I didn't know what y'all. I remember y'all were talking about about Aaron Rook being toned down. I didn't really get it at first until I kind of saw the contract sign. I'm like, yeah, he does look a little like different and everything. It's still he's like still the same, but it's just different. And I did like the promo. Nathan was talking about, or Tristan Angels was talking about how, yeah, if I was here, you got lucky. Like, yeah, I respect you or whatever, blah blah blah. But you got lucky because if I was here, you would have gotten a championship. I did like all of that. I did like the fan participation during this segment, and Aaron Roy, what they would call him ugly and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all wilding out tonight. Oh yeah, the lady there.
With that lady in the background.
Yeah, I'm like, it was good. It made something too, and I like the fact that Aaron always, whenever they do something in the crowd, he always acknowledges it and everything, and then rolls with it. So he doesn't like just kind of pretend like he didn't hear it or anything like that. He's like, okay, and I think that makes him even more emboldened to get part of the act. But I thought that was fine, and then we had Harlan Lewis come out. I was like, well, why are you here and everything? But I'm like, all right, it made sense why he was there. It's like, okay, reminding everybody that, okay, he's still not done with Aaron Rourke yet, but right now he's going to face Braxton Cole, which really, they didn't have to do it right then and there. And as I was saying on the Evolve effect, Harlan Lewis just needs bullet points. Because it feels like someone's writing his script and he's trying to do it. He is good on Instagram cutting down Aaron Rourke and everything. So he can cut a promo. He's like kind of like Roman was. Roman, whatever they're telling him to read wasn't it and everything. Just give him the bullet points, let him come up with his own variation. Okay, we need to get this point across, and then let him just get the point across somehow in his own way, and I think it'll come out like a lot better. Because the line with him, he's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna you need a plastic surgeon to fix him." I'm like, I don't know, it just felt forced to me. It didn't feel like authentic to Harlan Lewis. And then what else happened? We all hell was breaking out.
Elijah Hollywood.
Holyfield. Holyfield sighting was there, and I was gonna say, unlike I kind of agree with Coach. I did like how everything was going around. At first, when I heard the segment wasn't main eventing it, I was like, why is that? Huh? It always supposed to close out the show, but I'm like, in this instance, it made sense why they put it here instead of the main event to me, and. If y'all familiar with the old X-Men cartoon, the Dark Phoenix saga, like part 2, when they're fighting on Mur Island, you had fights in the foreground, the middle, and the background. That's what this felt like to me, like just the cinematography of it all. I really liked. It's like, oh, it's different for like Evolve. You got something going over here, while something completely different over here, and they're not part of the same storyline. So I did like all of that. But yeah, overall, I thought this was, I liked it. I thought it was really well put together, just the way the cameras was moving around, seeing everything at one point. And yeah, it would have been weird if this was to be the thing that ends the show. So I'm glad now it made sense. It gave me trust. So I'm like, now after it put together, I'm like, oh, it makes sense why this is here and why the main event is the main event and everything. So
now can I add something else?
Of course.
Just before the show ends, the interactions with the fans, even though I know it probably went against the book, honestly and truthfully, it really did feel like a indie show, because with the wrestlers at indie shows, they're not afraid to express themselves, especially when you got somebody in the crowd, antagonizing them. You know what I'm saying? So like me, Chelsea, my mom, for example, we went to an indie show here in town. One of my good friends, one of my good buddies, man, we've been friends for a long time. He invited us to a show, and there was like this real big dude. He was big, like really, really big. And he was the heel in the group. He had his girlfriend, or I think his wife, with him. And of course he's the heel. And I was talking crap, everybody was talking crap. He literally pointed me out. He literally pointed me out, CJ, and she was like, oh my God, like And I was like, man, like, bro, I hope you lose. Like, you ain't nothing up in there. And he was like, who you think you talking to? Like on the ropes, like, who you think you talking to? And like his girl came over, like walked over to where we were, and like, you better stop running your mouth at my man. You ain't about nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. I stood up, sit your butt back down. You better sit your butt back down. You ain't gonna hit a woman. I was like, whoa,
Oh my god.
it was fun though, and I love indie shows. They're so interactive.
Yeah, I respect that. Shout out to the indie shows. Let's see everyone have some more of those. I wanted to add before we get to the main event. We're going past 2 hours. It's fine. The fact that if it was not Chewy but Thatcher, and when the security guys would have beat up Tristan Angels, the added bonus is that they looked at Thatcher and Thatcher gave him the thumbs up, like good job. Like that would have been even better than what would have happened with just Chewy being there doing nothing. And he did ask Elijah Holyfield, what are you doing here, man? What's your plans here in Evolve? And then Elijah didn't answer. So let's remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the main event because it's time for the main event. The story has been closed. Mr. Tate Wilder has finally finished his story. I'm really glad about that for him. In the end, this match was based on anger, but also just being crafty. Cam Hendricks comes out. He does the hand gestures. And I said this on the Evolve effect. He did the but then someone else in the crowd did it a lot longer than him, so it trailed off. Someone's like, I'm like, okay. He goes in the ring, and Tate Wilder comes in his sweater jacket that has a hole in it. One hole, not two, just one. Goes into the ring. This match was announced by Mike Rome, and rightfully so, was the main event of a good story. Match lasted to the end of the show. I will say that there was a lot back and forth. These guys, as Terrell said it, these guys can work magic together. In LFG, they had a great match. Here, they can have 100 matches until the end of time, and they can work together. Shout out to Rams fan. Hello, Rams fan. And what's up? Tate Wilder did a moonsault, kind of like Layla Diggs, not like her because he's nothing like Layla Diggs. In the end, when Harley Riggins came out to distract, and I was saying this to EOD, Harley Riggins coming out like the white Rastafarian guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer Part 2 because he had the braids. You saw the braids too, right? He had the braids on his head. I'm like, oh, you just like that guy. Okay.
Jack Black.
Part 2. Yeah, that was Jack Black. That was the guy in Part 2. Oh man.
Yep, that was Jack Black.
From Jackal to this, he always gets sort of a stick. He was about to jump in. Romeo Moreno does like a sniper kick out of nowhere to Riggins. Riggins is doing the Yamcha pose on the floor, and Cam gets distracted. Harley Riggins, Cam gets distracted. Tate Wilder does a special for the 1, 2, 3, and Tate Wilder, after having so many losses in Evolve, ladies and gentlemen, so many losses, he finally finished the story. He beat Harley. He beat Cam, minus Luke and Crucifino doesn't exist anymore. And he won. At the end, post-match, Thatcher is talking to Elijah Holyfield out loud in public. Here comes Chewy again. Hey, Thatcher, hey, buddy. What's going on there? What are you guys talking about? Like, what do you want to tell me? Like, what's Elijah Holyfield doing here? And Thatcher trying, with his eyes reminding him, Mira, hey, Chewy, I'm your boss. I'm not your friend. I'll talk about this next week. Bye. And I did like that for the first time ever, to be continued with Chewy. So, shout out your thoughts on the match, post-match, the fact that Chewy, being the worst journalist ever, being proven twice, and the fact that they actually put words on the screen. Finally, no fade to black like the Sopranos.
I will say that the to be continued made me crack up. I absolutely love that. I was glad for Tate to finally get his win with his version of the Twisted Bliss. So I was happy about that because I think he needed it, with all the storylines. So it's always great when the one that you're like, are they not, and him to finally get that. And I do the whole Elijah Holyfield thing. Once again, I feel like putting the focus on him it took away from Tate having that moment of finally getting the win in the end and not letting him like see a celebration and cutting to that. So I was just kind of like, can we let him have his moment? So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what happens now with the story with those guys, with, you know, the call ups to NXT and stuff to see how that goes. So, but I thought it was a great match, and it was like, you knew, like when you knew it's someone's at the end, you know they're gonna win, and so sometimes you're like, but then you're like even more pumped for it. So I think that, you know, made it even special. But like I said, I wanted him to have his moment, and the to be continued is great. It was cute seeing stuff, but I just wanted to let it stay on tape for just a little bit and maybe tease something in like a promo or something else instead of going back to Elijah again. I just feel like him being there great and all, but I think it would just took away from the other superstars.
I agree completely. It should have been like a looming shot of Cam looking down at Harley Riggins and being disappointed, because that would have ended the next episode, which is the last set of tapings, and then you could have like left Harley Riggins to destroyed Cam. But that could happen next week. Hear these thoughts. Yeah, to be continued, Stan. That actually happened exactly like you just wrote it right now. To be continued. It's fucking weird. We love it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, if they wanted to go super cheesy, just put the 2B logo there and put continue. That would have just been the icing on the 2B tape or 2B cake. But yeah, as far as the match goes, I agree with Shana. Like with them keep focusing on Holyfield. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because they're capitalizing off of the combat sports stuff that's going on now, and they're like, we need to put the name Hollywood out there to bring views back to Evolve. But they seem to be heavily focused on him, and I don't dislike him, and I don't dislike the idea of them giving him some focus. But those 2 moments tonight that he kind of took away from important moments that happened on the show, from a contract signing for the most prestigious titles for men to a moment that Tate Wilder has been getting beat up every week to wait to finally get the victory that he deserved. And I'm happy that it went this far. I'm happy about the match. You know, between him and Cam Hendricks, they did a fantastic job in the ring. It was amazing. And I was happy. I was happy that he finally got his win after getting beat up on his bike, after getting flipped upside down backstage, after all these different things that happened to him. He finally got the win. And part of me, when I saw Ramiro come in and do that kick on Harlem, I couldn't help but think that would have been Cristofino doing that kick if he was still around and Evolve, as opposed to Romano. But overall, I thought it was a fantastic match. I really did love it. It deserved to be the main event of the show tonight or last night.
Agreed, Coach.
It is unfortunately a very sad day for the Coach FCHW channel, because we will no longer be seeing Tate Wilder get beat up weekly. It was a good time. It was really fun, but no longer. Now Tate Wilder will be safe when he goes to his bike after this, unfortunately. So yeah, I think the match was good. I liked it. I don't really hate Tate Wilder. I just would have preferred Cam Hendricks to win, because I like the running gags, and I just wish he got beat up one last time, because I really enjoyed when he got beat up by Keanu Clark. I don't know, it just brought me so much joy on NXT. I just wish the week could have gone on being just as good. But yeah, actually the match was great. It was a great match. I loved the spot out of the VIP section where he like jumped out of it. It looked kind of clunky at first, but I liked it. Yeah, I agree with the Elijah Holyfield thing. I think it kind of took away from Tate's victory. Like, I don't mind the idea of like the show ending on him and like looking menacing or something, but I don't think they executed it right. But I'm still, regardless of how it turned out, I'm still excited to see what's up with him next week. I guess that's one victory out of it.
What do you think about the barricade cam?
What do you mean?
What's your thoughts on that?
Remember they had a camera on the barricade when Tate and Cam Hendricks was
fighting? They don't have that anymore. Oh yeah, they don't have that anymore. Nice. I don't miss it. It sucks. TJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. This is a good match between the two, and I'm kind of glad they actually ended this feud now with Tate on top of it, because you can jump by these two for the longest now. So I'm glad that they ended this match. But yeah, they should have that part with Elijah coming up, talking to Thatcher. No, he could have had that little separate from that, because really didn't show much of Tate when he won. It just showed like a little quick like clip of him afterwards. Like, didn't show him celebrate his win before the show go out. But that to be continued thing was clever with them to put that up there. That's kind of clever for them. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good match. I give it a B plus.
All right, Terrell.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Tate Wilder and Cam Hendricks, man. Cam Hendricks, that's my guy, that's my dude. You know, the antics of him and Harley Riggins going after Tate Wilder and antagonizing him, treating him like crap, but he prevailed, you know what I'm saying? And before he is full time on NXT, he got his win. So congratulations to Tate Wilder. You feel me? Hold up. Happy for him. Yeah, I'm happy for Tate Wilder, man. It's pretty dope to see that he got his victory over Cam Hendricks. Still, Cam Hendricks got some really good heel work. I love his finisher and all that, and I like Tate Wilder's moveset. I just feel like WWE is kind of holding him back, you know, just for I guess safety reasons because when he was on when on Evolve, he is wrestling a little bit different. He's wrestling a little bit different than he was on NXT. On Evolve, it seemed like he had more freedom to try and do daredevil things. But it's like on NXT, they kind of like want him to play it safe a little bit. But other than that, Evander Holyfield. Well, I mean, not Evander. Elijah Holyfield. I hope they keep his name the way that it is. The contract signing, I do feel like that was a misplacement. Maybe they could have had him like come at the tail end of the show, have people talk about it. Oh my God, like, you know, Holyfield, he showed up at the end of the show, like, so that way it wouldn't take away from the actual contract signing between Aaron Rourke and Tristan Angel. And before I'm done, Tate Wilder. Take the speed belts and just break them, so that way y'all can have a hardcore title on NXT. Come on, man. Come on, that's all we need. Come on, man.
All right, DOD.
All right. Well, two things before I get to all this. While we've been on air, Oscar posted an update on her YouTube channel, so just to update what's going on. And two, New York Knicks won. All right, but for this match,
New York Knicks.
stand up, man. New York Knicks, stand up. It's not my fault that there's only 4 teams left in the playoffs. Like all together, New York is one of them. But anyway, I thought this was a good match. And what I was saying earlier about how Terry Taylor made Tate Wilder and Tro London watch that match, the Hogan Rock match. This felt like it had like a story to it where it's like, okay, these guys, I'm not saying it's as great as that match, but the storytelling elements of it was in this match. At one point they were locking horns with each other off the mat, you know, face to face, and they both just fell as they just showed just how exhausted they were trying to kill each other in the ring.
Evolve just have story elements, period.
Yeah, and so I really like that. And going into the show, I didn't know this match was on the show at all until I saw the opening of it. I was like, oh, they're actually gonna finish the Cam and Tate Wilder story now. I didn't realize that Luca Crucifino was wiped out of existence till the Invisible Man brought it to my attention. I'm like, yeah, that's right, they didn't show him in there, but I'm like, really, how much of it were they really going to show in the first place? Not the tag team match. I mean, he didn't really do much in that match. But I think this was a good way of ending the story. And when Riggins showed up, when a Cam was pointing, I thought he was telling him like to get a chair or something, not look out, Romeo's about to get you. So I think they did a good job with that spot. And like y'all said, someone said earlier that was probably going to be Luca Crucifino's spot at some point if he was still there, which makes sense. But overall, like, I think the right person won. Tate, he finished off the story. He finally gets to win over them just to get beat up on NXT, I guess, because I don't know what happened because his character is a little slightly different on NXT. It's my time, yeah, I guess. But like I said earlier on the Evolve Effect too, I think Cam and Tate can be one of those feuds that can feud at every level. Like at some point when what if they don't have a storyline going on, Cam and taking feud on NXT. They get called up to the main roster, maybe for the US title or something like that. They can feud at that point, kind of like The Rock and Stone Cold or The Rock and Triple H. Just every level, there's just that one guy you're going to feud with at all times. Right now, I think the closest we have to that is Seth and Roman. I think it's the equivalent of that right now, just because of the portrayal. But at every level, they've kind of had to feud with each other. So yeah, I thought the match was good, and like you were saying with the Holyfield thing, I get it, it being at the end, but what was I gonna say? I think they did the transition a little bit differently. Maybe if it was like a backstage segment, or like maybe he was leaving or going in the parking lot with the Holyfield thing, then maybe it might have came off a little bit better. Just to give a little shine on Tate Martin just a little bit, because I think this is going to be it for Cam and for Tate. Maybe they might show up next week, but I think this is pretty much the end of this story on Evolve, so they might not even show up next week. So, but overall, I give the match like a B+. So. And if I click off this, my phone died. Sorry, my 10%.
All right, DJ. Thank you. Thank you. DJ, can you hear me?
Oh, CJ, can
Baby.
you hear?
Can you mute
You
your
over
mic?
there rumbling or something?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I do it something.
Whatever. Chana, final ratings of the show, and tell us where they can find you.
So I highly enjoyed the show. I'm gonna give it a B. I liked all of the matches. I just think the Holyfield thing just kind of was more of a distraction instead of just a segment. Him walking out of the office, you seeing him, because we did have that backstage segment with Thatcher. You know, it could have been in that moment. Could have been the thing. So I think that kind of just took that overall. But otherwise, I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens next. And it'll be fun to see with these call-ups that are now on NXT, and we're past this round of tapings, how everything kind of moves forward from here. So I'm really looking forward to that. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram under Shauna Reads Horror. So I do wrestling content and I do horror book content. So if you're into that kind of thing, and mainly focusing right now on Evolve content as much as I can. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's me.
And awesome. Hope you can come back for future episodes, because we're just crazier as we go along in life.
I would love to come back anytime. Just say yo. I'll come back.
Oh, cool. We'll see you next week. You too. All right.
Oh yeah.
What we thought?
Yeah, I would agree with her. I'll give it a B as well. Great matches. Holyfield thing was pretty distracting. One thing that I'm hopeful for is that Nikki Blackheart did debut at an NXT house show. So hopefully that means that maybe, just maybe, she can show up on Evolve. More than likely, she'll probably end up on NXT. But either way, I'm happy she's part of WWE. So she's one of my favorites in the independent scene. But overall, really great show. A little bit of distractions there, but, you know, not everything's going to be perfect, you know, when it comes to wrestling. So I loved it.
Coach?
I'm actually gonna give it an A because I thoroughly enjoyed everything that happened. It's obviously a very subjective opinion, but I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed all the chaos and randomness that happened. So for me personally, I'm just gonna give it an A because like I sat down and I enjoyed it. And once again, I always have to credit this. The fact that Evolve is always under an hour long and they pack so much entertaining stuff in it, it's just so good. It's like, I don't know what it is, but they managed to make everything so entertaining in so little time. It's perfect.
Yeah, I give it a B as well. And I really enjoyed this episode. And this new thing they. Ooh, I'm echoing.
Uh-oh. Did we
We lost him.
Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, we lost Alex.
Oh.
Chewy got him.
Oh, gee.
Okay, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
give
can,
it a B.
press-
Yeah, I
you
give
can
it a
finish.
B.
Okay. Oh, he's back. Sorta.
Coach, I think it's your echo.
Oh, it's mine. Oh, I didn't realize. I'll even jump back in. Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't
no,
realize. I
no.
had an echo.
Just mute your mic real quick.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, there you
Okay,
go.
that works.
Oh, yeah.
Are we
Beautiful,
good?
are you gonna talk? Or you just gonna sit there and look pretty? Got me thinking
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh my god.
Maybe you gotta say your outro
I
in
know.
writing.
I
Oh, I gotta
did.
jump in.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you better
Oh,
get that
I
out.
thought you were talking to Alex. But yeah, I'm just doing something here. But yeah, my Linktree is Linktree says CJ 115. Y'all can look at my stuff and subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all my links through there. And you can check me out on through there.
Can't nobody convince me that Terrell do not love CJ Wolfie, bro. Can't nobody convince me otherwise.
All right, I hear
Yeah,
everybody
man.
else now. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's documented.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Terrell.
Coach come back in. But yes, man, my name is For Real Terrell. You can find me at Linktree / For Real Terrell. Those are my links there. I got YouTube's For Real Terrell music. Don't go and check out that music. I gotta revamp it. Don't go and look at it.
We checking that
Also
out
got
tonight.
also also got playing games for real. Playing games for real because I have been playing games for real. And before I put gaming content on that channel, I was playing games for real. I had to get myself right. And I also have Terrell's reacting for real. I posted new shorts on there. I got one of Ludwig Kaiser. I did a little
Oh
skit on
my
there.
god.
So yeah,
Oh
man.
no.
Make sure y'all go check that out. Make sure y'all go check that skit out. I'm also gonna check out Shauna Reed's horror as well because not only do I like wrestling content, I also like reading books. Reading is fundamental, y'all. Brain health, okay? Brain strength, muscle strength, okay? Be ready so you don't have to get ready. And I will say For Real Terrell, For Real Love 15 on YouTube. Me and my wife, we have content together. And thank you, Hear These Thoughts, for saying that no one cannot convince you, or no one can convince you that I don't love my wife because people that say that if I screw up, you don't know who I am. And when it comes to my lady, I don't play them type of games.
There you go. No, that's real.
The heck is wrong with y'all? As a matter of fact, even though we're not together right now, I still feel like the walls are closing in.
Oh.
Oh my god.
How do you deal with that every day, CJ? That's it.
Oh no.
Way too much.
Oh man. That's
Oh my
hilarious.
god. Oh my god.
So where they can find you?
Who now?
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're good.
okay. I guess it's my turn. All right. You can find me at Linktree /NAdays33. Have all my socials on there. My YouTube channel, EOD33 Wrestling Hub, where I do my live streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. with the watch alongs for Raw, NXT, and Evolve. And I have some other channels too. You have to talk about like horror. Let's see, my Nerd Next review channel is also on there. We're doing Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Nightmares, Fridays at 10 p.m. again. We just started back that up last week, so yeah, I'm kind of busy and stuff. And I was late today because I was doing the Savannah Banana game.
You were there?
No,
What?
I was doing the game.
Oh.
Creative Sports Network, so I was able to actually show the game, like stream the game.
Oh,
Itself.
that's
dope.
dope.
That's why I was a little
Oh.
late because the game ended like a little bit after 9 o'clock. So
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
they
Savannah
so
Banana.
I love it. They so entertaining.
yeah, and that's on EOD33 Sports because I was too lazy to come up with something else. So I was like, so that's that YouTube channel. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So,
That is so awesome. Like
Yeah, it is.
I love the Korean, like I even like the Korean baseball scene because when I was stationed in Korea, we went to one of the baseball games. Actually, we went to 2 baseball games just because the first time was so fun. It's literally like pre-gaming before you go to the club, and every baseball player on each opposing team, whether they from out of the country or anything, they literally let every single player comes in as if they're wrestling superstars. Like they have a theme song. It's crazy, man. I'm like, yo, they real deal go all out. I love it.
Yeah, one of the Savannah Bananas guys is going to be on Dancing. Jackson is actually going to be on Dancing with the Stars next season, which I thought was kind of.
Is that,
I could.
is
was
that the one
kind
from Phantom of the Opera? Is it him?
It's I don't know. He's the blonde that literally, like, the day Taylor Swift's album came out, he had the whole entire choreographed walk up for the Bananas. Like, he's so good. He's so good, and he's actually going to be on Dancing with the Stars next season. So I was like, from them going from like the whole entire like thing behind the Bananas, going from what they were to what they are. I was like, that's phenomenal that he's getting to do that.
Oh, that's great for him.
Wow.
And with that, we'll say goodnight, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday. We got to talk about Gremlin's House Wrestling Part 2, and that's a lot of things to worry about there.
Oh, they got a lot going on right now.
Oh, yes, they do.
got a lot going on right now.
We got the exclusive screenshots. Better than Fightful, ladies and gentlemen. Stay healthy. Stay happy. We'll see you next week with episode 52. And
that's right.
It takes two to tango. But free some to be some. Oh yeah. Hit the music, dummies.
Yo. Let's go. Look at slime season, man. You're the thick edition. We'll jack her together, stays in mint condition.
You boys claim the fame, but you never went viral. We didn't expect it of you 40 milers.
You're out of shape, out of breath, out of your mind. While we the stars leaving you dummies behind.
We got your bail, you're ready to fail. We got the power of friendship, and we're gonna send you out by a box of like a man.
Cause nobody's better than Jacker together. Nobody's better than Jacker together. May 30th.